Boom boom boom. Moon Center. Otsutsuki Toneri controls the chakra laser beam shot from the giant Tensagen, chasing Uzumaki Naruto and Black Zetsu and fleeing in embarrassment. Naruto never expected that this huge Tensagen has such terrifying power. Naruto, I know now. Hiding in a quiet corner somewhere. Black Zetsu came out of the ground. Those meteorites that hit the earth must have been caused by Otsutsuki, who used the power of a huge Tensagen to change the gravity. However, as soon as Black Zetsu finished speaking, a contemptuous laugh came from above. You only guessed half right. What I want to destroy the ninja world is to use the power of Tensagen to control the moon to crash into the earth. In this instant, all creatures in the ninja world will die. Uzumaki Naruto is speechless. Looks up at Otsutsuki Toneri. You are interesting. The creatures on the earth are gone. Don't you sit on the wasteland and eat the bark? Naruto. The voice of Nine Tails followed closely behind. This guy is a lunatic. If the moon really hits the earth, he won't even be able to eat the bark. That's right. Naruto suddenly realized. If the moon really lands on the earth, then everything will be over. Uzumaki Naruto shows a playful smile. He also doesn't want to get to know Otsutsuki Toneri in front of him. From the battle just now, Naruto discovered that the reason why Shirin is so confident is the powerful strength of the huge Tensagen. However, he seems to be too inflated. Naruto, what should I do? This guy is a bit powerful, as expected of the legendary Otsutsuki family. Black Zetsu's nervous look made Uzumaki Naruto suddenly interested. Black Zetsu. Naruto asked in a low voice. How did you know about the existence of the Otsutsuki clan? Could it be that the Otsutsuki family told you? However, what Uzumaki Naruto didn't expect was that Black actually shook his swarthy head slightly. Actually, my existence is much longer than your ninjas. Once upon a time, there was a very powerful person who created me, and her name was Kaguya. Kaguya. Uzumaki Naruto was startled when he heard this. I secretly admire Black Zetsu in my heart. Under the situation of being so calculated by myself, in the face of the crisis of Otsutsuki bombing. Black Zetsu actually concealed the other party's surname when talking about Otsutsuki Kaguya. Kaguya. Who knows who Kaguya is? Even if the Otsutsuki Toneri in the sky overheard the whispered conversation between the two, they might not be able to figure out who Kaguya was. Hey. This black thing seems very calm. Even looking at his appearance, you still want to take the opportunity to fool me? Naruto was curious and continued to ask. Who is Kaguya? Just a very good and peace-loving ninja. I was created by her using a unique secret technique. However, on a certain day, Otsutsuki, an alien from the sky, came to the ninja world and wanted to use secret techniques to absorb all the power of the ninja world. Black Zetsu said this, looking at Uzumaki Naruto with a serious expression. Naruto, you have succeeded in learning Shienjutsu at Mount Myoboku, and you should be aware of the power of natural energy in nature. The ninja power I am referring to includes the two powers of natural energy and ninja chakra. The Otsutsuki family wants to take away all the power of the ninja world, and my creator, Kaguya, fights with Otsutsuki with all his strength. Finally both fell with the incoming Otsutsuki. But Black Zetsu has a bitter look on his face. Laughing miserably. It's a pity that the Otsutsuki clan who attacked seems to be just ordinary Tianza who came to investigate the ninja world. The awesome Otsutsuki is still behind. Hearing this, Uzumaki Naruto's eyes are slightly cold, and he wonders if the Black Zetsu in front of him is a fool. Otsutsuki Sharon clearly mentioned Sage of Six Paths, there must be some connection between the two. And that Sage of Six Paths. Thinking of this, Naruto decided to tease Black Zetsu, and said softly, but tone clearly mentioned the Sage of Six Paths, the Otsutsuki clan in Six Paths. HMPH. This is where you humans are ignorant. Before Naruto could speak, Black Zetsu immediately interrupted. The real name of Sage of Six Paths is Otsutsuki Hagoromo. After he came to the ninja world, he taught everyone in the ninja world to use chakra and refine chakra. The purpose is to provide more power intake for their Otsutsuki clan. Captive, do you understand? Especially you, Naruto. I don't know why you started Otsutsuki Hagoromo's Rinnegan, but it is clear that you will be the best ration for the Otsutsuki clan. The Otsutsuki Tonero in front of me is the younger brother of Hagoromo, the descendant of Otsutsuki Hamura. Hagoromo and Yumura, the two brothers, had a disagreement many years ago, causing Hamura to come to the moon alone regardless of opposition. Black Zetsu looked up at Otsutsuki Toneri again, and Uzumaki Naruto stared at Uzumaki Naruto with a serious look. Although I don't know what happened to Hamura later, but look at his lessons to future generations, he seems to have forgotten the mission of the Otsutsuki clan because of his hatred of his elder brother. I actually want to start to destroy the ninja world. Okay. The threat theory of the Otsutsuki clan has been informed to Uzumaki Naruto. Next step. If Uzumaki Naruto can't even deal with Otsutsuki Sharon, then let him go back and absorb all the 10 Tails incarnations in his hands, when the time comes. Hey. Uzumaki Naruto, silent. Naruto was a little shocked in his heart, and couldn't help stretching out his thumb secretly. The audience in Beiming World couldn't believe what they heard. Black Zetsu dares to tell the truth, and the lies come out in a long way, without any hiccups in the middle. Moreover, he actually described Sage of Six Paths Otsutsuki Hagoromo as a heinous person in the captive ninja world. But it is said that Sage of Six Paths is the savior of the ninja world. This HMPH. I'm laughing so hard, Naruto. When mentioning Sage of Six Paths, Black Zetsu obviously showed disdain. I have lived much longer than you. That's just an illusion that the Otsutsuki clan tricked you ninjas. It is for you to breed more and provide more chakra for Otsutsuki. Senju Hashirama. When Black Zetsu said this, it reminded me of what he said to Madara in the world of Beiming. Madara, I have existed longer than you. Uchiha Madara. Hashirama, you are doing nothing. Senju Tobarama. But Black Zetsu's words are indeed swaying, especially when Otsutsuki Tabira has appeared in front of Black Zetsu. Uchiha Madara. This guy hides the identity of Otsutsuki Kaguya, but fabricates the identity of the Sage of Six Paths into the dreaded Otsutsuki clan. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. I did teach people to use chakra. How black is Black Zetsu's heart? Can you say that I smell and raise people and provide chakra to the Otsutsuki clan? Jiraiya. If Black Ming didn't know everything, he might have really been fooled by Black Zetsu in front of him. I would believe everything that is said by such conspiratorial remarks. Black Zetsu. Mother loves this world deep down in her heart. She was forced to create White Zetsu in order to deal with Otsutsuki's attack. Otsutsuki Hagoromo sealed her mother, and then she didn't care about it. Yuya is a sinner, so what if I vilify him? Uzumaki Naruto is dumbfounded. He didn't expect Black Zetsu to be so calm when facing his own problems. As expected, it is an old fossil that has lived from the Otsutsuki era to the present. Brain skills are really not comparable to that of ordinary people. Fortunately, Uzumaki Naruto knows everything and is more aware of Black Zetsu's next plan. It is to grasp the Otsutsuki threat theory and make yourself a 10 Tails Jinchuriki. Unfortunately, Black Zetsu's thoughts stop here. He didn't think deeply about how to unblock Otsutsuki Kaguya. Uzumaki Naruto shrugs. It doesn't seem to be in a hurry. Right now, I have two options to go. One is to pretend to be defeated by Otsutsuki Sharon, and then go back with Black Zetsu to fuse all the tail beasts together and become 10 Tails Jinchuriki. At this point, Black Zetsu will definitely convey the thoughts of unblocking Otsutsuki Kaguya to Naruto's mind. The second is to directly address Otsutsuki Sharon here, and Black Zetsu will inevitably bring up other Otsutsuki invasions to confuse himself towards 10 Tails Jinchuriki. Uzumaki Naruto shakes his neck a few times. Do a warm-up. As for Otsutsuki, he didn't mean to let it go. After all, the other party was the first person who dared to hit Hinata with his idea. Today, Otsutsuki Sharon must die. I know, Black. Uzumaki Naruto said indifferently. No matter whether Otsutsuki will come to the ninja world in the future, we must first find a way to kill the people in front of us. While he doesn't have the Tensagen yet, Uzumaki Naruto's words startled Black Zetsu. Anxiously asked. It is true, but do you have a way? Your Susanoo can't withstand a blow from the giant Tensagen. Black Zetsu is not in a hurry to let Uzumaki Naruto go back to absorb the tailed beast incarnation 10 Tails Jinchuriki. In his mind, it would be too deliberate to persuade Naruto to go back and become a Jinchuriki before the battle really started. It is very easy to arouse Uzumaki Naruto's vigilance. The best thing is to fight for a long time, or to say that Sharon can really wait until the arrival of Hyuga Hanabi. Everything has to be tried. The power of Otsutsuki Tensei lies in the gigantic Tenseigan he controls. We want to keep the ninja world from chaos. As long as the Otsutsuki Daoren is quickly resolved, the giant Tenseigan will naturally stop. The crisis in the ninja world is temporarily lifted. Black Zetsu said a little bit. So your goal is to sacrifice yourself, and you must solve it in a very fast time. Of course I know. Uzumaki Naruto's voice fell, and a golden light suddenly burst out from his body. Black Zetsu didn't pay attention, and was rushed 10 meters away by the breath emanating from Naruto's body. After the rolling and crawling stopped, Black Zetsu looked at Uzumaki Naruto. It was only then that I discovered that the other party had entered the Nine Tails mode. Are you finally going to do it? Uzumaki Naruto. Otsutsuki Toneri laughed wildly. Mobilized chakra of the giant Tenseigan again. Boom. The next second, the huge chakra light dynasty Uzumaki Naruto came lacing, accompanied by a loud noise resounding through the heavens and the earth. Uzumaki Naruto's feet were immediately blasted into a bottomless pit. Humph. A mere ninja. Sharon let out a cold snort. However, what he didn't expect was that just as he snorted coldly, there was a burst of stinging pain on his face. Boom. The moment the fist landed on Toneri's face, Otsutsuki Toneri flew out like a cannonball. That is. Black Zetsu, who emerges from the soil, shakes the dust off his body. Why did Nine Tails chakra on Naruto become so violent? Black Zetsu is slightly puzzled. He has seen Uzumaki Naruto's Nine Tails mode on the battlefield, and the opponent's body will indeed be covered with golden arrogance like a continuously burning flame. However, when I saw him today, the golden arrogance on the opponent's body was even stronger than that of the Fourth Ninja World War. Even, due to the friction between chakra's arrogance in the air, Uzumaki Naruto was constantly surrounded by golden fireworks. How is this going? Has Uzumaki Naruto become stronger again? However, Uzumaki Naruto's response in the next second quickly dispelled Black Zetsu's doubts. Hey! What's the matter? Isn't it the promise of destiny? Otsutsuki Jiren. Uzumaki Naruto, standing in the sky, sneered dismissively and said, "Don't you use other powers besides controlling the Tenseigan with huge power? This is my power to open the 6th gate of the 8 inner gates in the state of Nine Tails. Otsutsuki Tonero, you won't be beaten to death by me. 8 inner gates in Nine Tails mode." The audience in Beiming World looked at Uzumaki Hyeming, who was full of arrogance and dotted with stars, and were collectively dumbfounded. Handsome. It's so handsome. This form feels different from others at first glance. It's like being in a different dimension. Rock Lee, it's amazing. Hei Ming Jun really easily mastered the 6th gate of the 8 inner gates, and I remember that in the future, it is still difficult for me to easily break through to Jingmun. Might Guy. Yo Lee. Don't be discouraged. No matter who compares with Uzumaki, it's just a firefly writing about the sun, the moon and the stars. Hitaki Kakashi. After all, it's Kuro Ming. Don't talk about the 6th gate, even if it's the 8th gate, I think he should have mastered it. Uchiha Madara. HMPH. Speaking of 8 inner gates formation, I'm so annoyed. Senju Hashirama. Ha ha ha, if you were kicked on the head that time, Madara, would you grow another head? Black Zetsu. If Uchiha Madara grows more brains, I may not be able to fool him. Uchiha Madara. Stupid Black Zetsu, you just wait to be killed by Black Zetsu. Might Guy. But Kakashi, since you are sure that Kuromaki has learned the Gate of Death, even if you open the Gate of Death to force him to use time regression, why doesn't he open the 7th gate? Jiraiya. I think. Orochimaru. 8 inner gates didn't open a single gate, and the increase in its power is very terrifying. If Mr. Naruto opened the gate, I think he was worried that he would kill Otsutsuki with one punch. Audience. Silent for Koronaru, if he really punched Otsutsuki Tonero to death, there would be no problem in itself. But if it makes Black Zetsu unable to continue to play with the threat of Otsutsuki, Uzumaki Black Ming is at a loss. After all, with his character, he absolutely does not allow threats that he does not understand. Otsutsuki Sharon is naturally impossible to be dealt with by Uzumaki Naruto with one punch. He quickly rushed out from the ruins. However, for Sharon without the power of Tenseigan, there are not many means available. However, for Uzumaki Naruto, this battle is extremely difficult. He obviously sensed the weakness of Otsutsuki Toneri himself. In the 9 Tails mode under the shock of 8 inner gates, it is easy to deal with Otsutsuki Toneri. Even if using the Ascension art, Otsutsuki Toneri is even more unlikely to be the opponent. Unfortunately, the problem is, what if Black Zetsu is scared? Black Zetsu. Damn. Speechless. Jiraiya. Uzumaki Black Ming's feeling of fear makes people dumbfounded. Deidara. This feels like a battle between Uchiha Sasuke and Uchiha Itachi in our world. Uchiha Sasuke. Deidara. You don't need to ask a question mark, although you use lightning style to restrain me and earth style's relationship with me is narrowly better than mine, but the Lord Goyu Sharingan's Eye City Fountain is really puzzling. Hidan. Yes, I remember Sasuke stabbing Susanoo with a long sword. Uchiha Sasuke. Shut up, you two nasty guys. It's annoying. Uzumaki Naruto and Otsutsuki Toneri collided a few times, then retreated deliberately. Seeing this, the family is horrified at the strength of Uzumaki Naruto. However, he didn't give up the opportunity he finally got. Control the giant Tensagen again to shoot out several laser rays. Black Zetsu, avoid carefully. Uzumaki Naruto quickly steps aside. He cursed a few words in his heart. Black Zetsu immediately retreated into the depths of the earth in a panic. Then, a huge shock spread to the ground, and the voice of Uzumaki Naruto. Trash. Black Zetsu, you are so useless. A guy like you who doesn't even have any force, don't show your face. Black Zetsu. Damn. This bastard called me a waste. Uchiha Obito. Shimura Danzo. Call you trash. Don't you Uchiha Madara. Uzumaki Black Ming said there is no problem. The appearance of Black Zetsu without force is just to drag others back. Senju Tobirama. It's really clever. Black Naruto made Black Zetsu hide directly. Naturally, it is not clear how he solved Otsutsuki Toneri. Black Zetsu. You two should explain this kind of thing? Do you two think you're smart? Uchiha Madara. No. I just feel that Koronaru is very right to say that you are trash. Shimura Danzo. Humph. In his eyes, who is not trash? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Oh, I've been watching the movie for too long. I always think that Black Zetsu called Danzo idiot. Did he ever call you trash? Shimura Danzo. See Black Zetsu not showing his face for a long time. Uzumaki Naruto clenched his fists with satisfaction. You who have the power of Rinnegan are indeed powerful. Sharon closed his eyes tightly, his face slightly embarrassed. Okay. There are too many people who compliment me, it makes my ears callous. However, I never really thought how powerful I was. Maybe it's because you are too weak that everyone thinks I'm strong. Uzumaki's words made the audience in the world of Beiming fall into silence. What is this nonsense? Is this what people say? But compared to Uzumaki, it seems that in his eyes, any ninja has the same level. Cage level and school ninja apprentices are the same existence for Hyeming. After all, compared to Hyeming's level of strength, they are all super rubbish. At this time, Otsutsuki Toneri realized the seriousness of the matter. He found that Uzumaki Naruto had been fighting against himself for so long, without a trace of panting. Even, the huge golden chakra arrogance on his body lasted for so long, and it didn't seem to fade away. Shorin frowned, and Uzumaki Naruto's voice reached his ears. How about it, do you think you have grown up? Or, should we wait for Tensagen to get it, and China will fight Russia? Naruto's voice is very flat, without any emotional changes. Amidst the indifference, I didn't look down on Sharon, let alone hold him in high regard. Unfortunately, we have delayed for a long time. The puppet army you sent to capture Hanabi probably didn't come back within the time you stipulated. Of course, you can't wait until Hyuga Hanabi rolls his eyes. Uzumaki Naruto. Otsutsuki Toneren roared angrily. Strong light can be shot from outside to Uzumaki Naruto again. Unfortunately, in the next scene, Otsutsuki Sharon almost opened his empty eyes in shock. Facing the rapidly approaching dazzling light, the golden cloak behind Uzumaki Naruto abruptly parted from the left and right, and came in front of Naruto. The moment the huge Tensagen's laser light hit the cloak, the dazzling light enveloped the entire land. But when it was over, Uzumaki Naruto was standing in the sky safe and sound. The golden arrogance around him has not diminished at all, but the little stars are extraordinarily dazzling. Okay, Sharon. The last time I mentioned that I was a god in front of me, and the person who wanted to change and improve the world has now erected a stone tablet. Having said this, Uzumaki Naruto shook his head helplessly. But, at least that person's thinking is much more advanced than yours, Sharon. He hoped that people would know the pain of war and be afraid of war. But you want to destroy all human beings. How many new human beings can you create alone? Even if you create new humans, they will still follow the same path without the oppression of fear memory. And most importantly, without human beings, you will not be able to experience many beautiful things. Sharon, you are not only out of your mind, but also very boring. Uzumaki Naruto finishes speaking. The golden flames around him suddenly burst into a strong light. The burning appearance seems to become more vigorous. This. Impossible. Otsutsuki Tonero was stunned by the scene in front of him. After such a long battle, the chakra maintained by Uzumaki Naruto not only did not subside, but at this moment it was able to get a higher level of explosion. You. Who the hell? Otsutsuki Toneri asked tremblingly. Unfortunately, what responded to him was a powerful air cannon shaped like a tiger. Day Tiger. Boom. The strong air pressure squeezed the surrounding air into the shape of a white tiger. The white tiger opened its bloody mouth wide and devoured Otsutsuki on the spot. At the moment when the air cannon exploded, after the loud noise, everything around was blown to pieces by the scattered gusts. However, Otsutsuki, who bears the brunt, has no time to make any defenses. He whose body was at the center of the explosion was blown to pieces. Hiss. Day Tiger. Audiences in Beiming World were fortunate to have seen this physical skill. That's when Bai Ming followed Killer Bee to Turtle Island to learn how to control Nine Tails chakra, and Might Guy opened up the physical technique used by 8 inner gates. An air cannon that can compress the surrounding air and then release it. The power is enormous. Even Uchiha Madara's incomplete Susanoo can be knocked back tens of meters. Might Guy. For Hyeming, the cultivation of 8 inner gates is not a difficult task. Hitaki Kakashi. Yes, and Black Ming's body is a sage body, and his physique is even more special from the Uzumaki family. Combining the two, his basic physical quality is difficult for ordinary people to touch. Senju Hashirama. I didn't expect Toneri to die like this. Uchiha Madara. HMPH. Hashirama, that watermelon head from Konoha village has super scary powers when he casts the Day Tiger, let alone Uzumaki. Senju Tobirama. 8 inner gates in 9 tails chakra mode, plus the addition of Sage body, Otsutsuki's body is quite resistant to beatings. If it was replaced by other people, it might have been beaten to nothing. Terumi Mei. Looking at Uzumaki in this state, I'm actually not worried about Otsutsuki Kaguya's breaking the seal at all. Onoki. Yeah. I remember Infinite Tsukuyomi seemed unable to penetrate Sasuke's full-body Susanoo, presumably thanks to Rinnegan. 4th Raikage. Infinite Tsukuyomi is ineffective against Black Naruto. He still holds 6 paths planetary devastation in his hand. He can seal Kaguya by himself. In fact, if they really fight, Otsutsuki Kaguya is not his opponent. After solving Otsutsuki Sharon, Uzumaki Naruto found that the surrounding puppet army disintegrated automatically and scattered all over the place. The chakra accompanying them also disappeared. Also, the feeling of this chakra is not like the chakra emanating from Sharon, but the chakra emanating from Tenseigan in the cave not far away. Tenseigan's chakra fluctuations are gone. I felt it for a few seconds. Uzumaki Naruto no longer felt the chakra that Tenseigan emanated from before. Soon, Black Zetsu, who couldn't sense anything, poked his head out from a distant corner. Naruto. Black Zetsu's voice is heard in the distance. Uzumaki Naruto gasped heavily upon hearing the sound. Is the matter resolved? Black Zetsu saw the scattered puppet parts and pretended to let out a sigh of relief. Then, from the corner of his eyes, he kept looking at Naruto. After seeing the other party's tired face, Black Zetsu sighed. This Otsutsuki family is really powerful, it can push you to this point. Uzumaki Naruto nods. Yeah. I really don't know how terrible things will happen if Sharon gets the power of Tenseigan. However, luckily he failed in the end. Uzumaki Naruto forced a smile. Looking into the distance. When I have a rest, Let's go to that cave together to see what kind of eyes can emit such a powerful chakra. Okay. Black Zetsu readily agreed. However, immediately afterward, he cast a worried look at Naruto. Naruto, it doesn't seem possible to go on like this. Otsutsuki Toneri is just a descendant of Hamura. Not only does he not have a Tenseigan, he doesn't even have the basic white eyes. You have worked so hard to deal with such a sacrificial person. What should you do if Otsutsuki returns to the ninja world in the future? I'm coming. Sure enough, Black Zetsu penetrated everywhere. He must have misunderstood something when he saw Uzumaki's weak face. However, all of this was just an illusion he saw. He was deceived by Uzumaki Koronaru's acting skills. Senju Tobarama. Could it be that Black Zetsu doesn't know the level of strength at all? Sharon is not as strong without Tenseigan. Onoki. After all, it is the Otsutsuki family, so it must be stronger than ordinary ninjas. Terumi Mei. Regardless of strength, what Black Zetsu said is not wrong, let alone Tenseigan. He even deducted the basic supercilious eyes of Otsutsuki and merged with the huge Tenseigan. His strength must be stretching his hips. Fourth Raikage. So Kuro Ming is panting against a hip-pull Otsutsuki, so it is impossible to defeat other Otsutsuki. Uchiha Madara. Hehe, Black Zetsu's idea is right, but it's a pity for you, what he saw is all fake, what a reincarnation. Senju Hashirama. Oh. I remembered that the steel that Madara saw was fake. In Koronaru's world, when Black Zetsu faced Uzumaki Kuromaki, all the things he came into contact with Kuromaki were what Koronaru wanted him to see. Uchiha Madara. HMPH. I don't want to admit it, but it's true. Black Zetsu has deceived so many people. It's finally time for him to feel cheated. Black Zetsu. So what? Anyway, in the world of Black Zetsu, my mother was successfully banned. Indeed, I didn't expect Otsutsuki to be so powerful. Even if I turn on Rinnegan, when mentioning Rinnegan, Uzumaki Naruto was taken aback for a moment and asked, Black Zetsu, are you sure that the Sage of Six Paths with Rinnegan is what you said? Huh. Black Zetsu snorted proudly. Naruto, I told you before, I just wanted to save myself a way out. I'm not like you human beings. My lifespan is very long. I haven't lived enough. I don't want to die. That's why I hope to rely on a strong man who can let me live a good life in the ninja world. After Black Zetsu finished speaking, he sighed pretentiously. This kind of up and down life is really frightening. It's hard to see a ninja as powerful as you in the ninja world. Naruto, think about it carefully, who is the one who started Rinnegan in the ninja world? Uchiha Madara. Uzumaki Naruto said happily, but in reality, he coughed lightly, Nagato and I. That's right. Why are you Uzumaki clan able to activate Rinnegan? This is the purpose of the Sage of Six Paths. Only a race like your Uzumaki clan, which is born with a terrible chakra, can have so few chakras in hundreds of thousands of years. Who activates the Rinnegan? For Otsutsuki, this is the only delicious ingredient in Wanjong, so they specially arranged it. The more you talk, the more mysterious it becomes. Uzumaki Naruto looked at Black Zetsu's serious appearance, and he was struggling to hold back his smile. Okay. I couldn't help Black Zetsu's funny look. Naruto clapped his palms, and lightly slapped himself on the side of the face a few times. Pretend to cheer up and say, since this is the case, the matter of the giant Tenseigan will be resolved in a while, I have to go back and practice quickly. Prepare for the Otsutsuki clan that may appear in the future. Well. Although Otsutsuki doesn't come to the ninja world often, and even waits for a long time, no one can guarantee when they will attack the ninja world. Black Zetsu said seriously, when Uzumaki Naruto got up and wanted to rush to the cave. Black Zetsu suddenly stopped Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto. Actually, there is another method that allows you to quickly gain the power to fight against Otsutsuki without any side effects. This is a secret technique from Kaguya. She used this secret technique to fall together with the incoming Otsutsuki. Uzumaki Naruto heard the sound, his expression suddenly became serious. What kind of secret technique is that? Become the Jinchuriki of 10 tails. Black Zetsu categorically said. As long as you fuse the 9-tailed beasts into the Gedo statue, you can summon 10 tails. 10 tails turns into a sacred tree. Wait until the buds are fully bloomed, you absorb the sacred tree, and then cast the infinite Tsukuyomi technique. Your strength will be enhanced unprecedentedly and without any side effects. After all, you will die when the time comes. Uzumaki Naruto. Talent. As long as you successfully cast Infinite Tsukuyomi, I will find the right opportunity to pierce your heart. At that time, you will become the carrier of Otsutsuki Kaguya breaking out. Uzumaki Naruto Yo. Uzumaki Naruto has a panoramic view of Black Zetsu's inner activities. I didn't expect Otsutsuki Kaguya to break the seal and need himself as a carrier. This is really a strange thing. But at this moment, Uzumaki Naruto finally understood Otsutsuki Kaguya's specific operation of breaking the seal. Someone needs to become 10 Tails Jinchuriki and successfully cast Infinite Tsukuyomi. Also, if you want to successfully cast Infinite Tsukuyomi, what you need to absorb is not 10 tails, but the sacred tree with fully opened buds. Black Zetsu also needs to sneak attack the opponent successfully, so that Otsutsuki Kaguya can come back to the ninja world. Recalling carefully, the process of breaking the seal of Otsutsuki Kaguya was very difficult. Uzumaki Naruto looks Black Zetsu up and down. This black guy with no military strength is actually doing such a difficult thing. Can only say awesome. Let's not talk about things that haven't happened in the future, it's serious business to solve what's happening now. Uzumaki Naruto looked at the cave in the distance. Go, let's go and see what the so-called Tenseigan is. Black Zetsu saw that Naruto didn't make a statement, so he didn't say anything in a hurry. However, Uzumaki Naruto did not do other things because of his lies, which shows that the other party does not know the past history. At least for Black Zetsu, there is still a chance. However, we can only wait for Uzumaki Naruto's decision. The two find Tenseigan in the cave. The scene in front of him made Naruto a little dazed. A huge golden Tenseigan is floating in the air. Who can have such huge eyes? Uzumaki Naruto doesn't know. 283, but obviously, this Tenseigan was definitely not born for humans. Also, Uzumaki Naruto is also curious about Hyuga Hinata, the white-eyed princess in Sheku. Curious why Hinata is called the princess with white eyes. As for the giant Tenseigan, Uzumaki Naruto did nothing. He rushed back to Konoha village overnight with Black Zetsu. Find Hyuga Hinata, tell him everything, and send the ninjas of the Hyuga clan and Orochimaru to the moon to investigate the remaining clues. A few days later, a quiet corner somewhere in Konoha village. Black Zetsu poked his head out leisurely, with a slightly worried expression. With the help of streetlights, he can clearly see the two people sitting on the bench. Exactly Hyuga Hinata and Uzumaki Naruto. Since defeating Toneri last time and returning to Konoha, Naruto has asked Yurihong not to show his face in front of other people. If you really want something, just come and find yourself alone. But Uzumaki Naruto said nothing about becoming 10 Tails Jinchuriki. Uchiha Madara. Look, within a few days, Black Zetsu and others were grinning anxiously. Senju Hashirama. Can he not be in a hurry? Senju Tobirama. The main reason is that Black Naruto didn't reject Black Zetsu's proposal on the spot, nor did he expose his lies. Fourth Raikage. Just with Black Zetsu in his mouth. I think things in the interior of the moon are coming to an end. Onoki. Black Zetsu must be anxious. Terumi Mei. What's the rush, anyway? Otsutsuki Kaguya will definitely break through. Tsunade. It's hard to imagine that someone like Kuro Naruto will really allow himself to be the carrier of Otsutsuki Kaguya's unsealed. This is indeed a huge problem. As we all know, Otsutsuki Kaguya successfully broke the seal in the future of the Kuromaki world, and often quarreled with Kuromaki on certain issues. However, if Kaguya wants to break the seal, he needs 10 Tails Jinchuriki as a carrier. If you want to become 10 Tails Jinchuriki, not just anyone can become 10 Tails by absorbing 10 Tails. Without strong willpower and ability, the tyranny of 10 Tails cannot be suppressed at all. So here comes the question, is Yurihong really willing to let Black Zetsu take out his heart? Under the streetlight, Hyuga Hinata and Uzumaki Naruto sit side by side. Hinata explained in detail what happened inside the moon. According to their investigation of the Hyuga clan, they did not find any clues. Orochimaru and her father, Hyuga Hiyashi, and Hyuga Hizashi and Neji, when they were studying the giant Tenseigan, knew nothing but that the eyeball had a terrifying power. But how it was formed is also nothing. Until one day, When Hyuga Hinata and other Hyuga teams were looking for past history in the ruins, they accidentally stepped into a cemetery. Hyuga Hinata, who entered the illusion alone, understood everything. Although she is confused, she is indeed called the White-Eyed Princess. Also, Otsutsuki Hamura never wanted to clean up the world left by Sage of Six Paths, because Otsutsuki Hamura obviously misinterpreted what Hamura meant. Not only Sharon, but also the branch house where Sharon is located. Moreover, the battle between the Zongja and the branch house was extremely fierce. They even dug out all their white eyes and synthesized a giant Tenseigan. The Zongja and the branch house are fighting each other because of the differences of opinion towards the ninja world. Using the power of a huge Tenseigan caused countless casualties among compatriots, and finally died in the war, leaving only the Otsutsuki of the branch house. After listening to Hinata's description, Uzumaki Naruto nodded silently. I didn't expect that even Otsutsuki Hamura, the younger brother of Sage of Six Paths, couldn't stop the war. Even the competition among their own race is so fierce, not to mention the existence of foreign races. Uzumaki Naruto shrugged and sighed. Naruto. However, at this time, Hyuga Hinata said seriously, about that dark guy. I always have a feeling that he doesn't look like a good person. Although you defeated Otsutsuki Sharon together with him and prevented the opponent's plot to destroy the ninja world, I still want to persuade you. Can't believe that guy. Uzumaki Naruto smiled slightly upon hearing this. The big hand suddenly placed on Hinata's head, and touched it lightly a few times. Don't worry, I know it well. By the way, what was the part about Black Zetsu interrupting half of what you said last time? Would you like to talk now? Uzumaki Naruto naturally knows Hyuga Hinata's mind. That. Forehead, Hyuga Hinata is shocked when he hears this. Last time, she finally worked up the courage to confess to Naruto. But was disturbed by the hateful Black Zetsu. Tonight, she didn't make enough preparations. What to do? Hyuga Hinata flustered like a helpless kitten for a moment. Naruto sees this, and secretly laughs. He finds it amusing to tease Hinata, who is so shy once in a while. Seeing that Hinata was flustered and silent, Naruto spoke first, and asked sternly, "Then you don't want to help me?" The White-Eyed Princess. Hey! I thought that with your identity as the White-Eyed Princess and my Uzumaki Naruto bloodline, excellent children will definitely be born in the future. However, I think you don't seem very willing. Not at all. Hyuga Hinata blurted out in a panic. The next second, she felt dizzy for a while. The shy one fell directly into Uzumaki Naruto's arms. Hinata. Hey! Hinata? Uzumaki Naruto shook for a long time, but saw that Hyuga Hinata didn't respond. I'm dizzy. Will I pass out now? Of course not. Hyuga Hinata with a hot face after hearing Uzumaki Naruto's words. Closing his eyes tightly, pretending to be unconscious. However, the Hyuga mansion. A figure quickly rushed into the room. Father. Hyuga Hiyashi, who was having a secret meeting with Hyuga Hizashi and Hyuga Neji, heard Hanabi's excited voice from outside. Quickly asked. Is something wrong? Hurry up and report to me. Hyuga Hanabi heard the sound, and obediently pushed open the door. Uncle Hizashi, Brother Neji, Hyuga Hanabi hastily saluted. This move surprised Hyuga Hizashi and Hyuga Neji. After all, the other party is the future heir of the Hyuga clan. Hizashi and Neji couldn't stand the big gift, so they quickly got up and responded. Miss Hanabi doesn't have to be like this. What happened, Hanabi? I see your nervous appearance, there must be something big happening. It is indeed a big deal. Hyuga Hanabi looks nervous. Something happened. What? Hyuga Hizashi and Hyuga Neji frowned upon hearing this. Miss Hanabi, what happened? Is it an enemy attack? That's not true. Hanabi forcibly calmed down. There is nervousness and seriousness in the eyes. Sister Hinata didn't come back. No, Hiyashi said calmly. With Uzumaki Naruto inside Konoha village, what can happen? Hyuga Hiyashi doesn't care, at least not at all afraid that something will happen to Hyuga Hinata. That's it. I followed Sister Hinata secretly just now, and found that she and Naruto-sama didn't know what they were talking about. Suddenly, my sister passed out. Then, I was taken away by Master Naruto. Hearing this, the three of Hyuga Hiyashi looked at each other. Oh. It turned out to be this kind of thing. Ignoring Hanabi's nervousness, Hyuga Hiyashi calls Hyuga Neji and Hyuga Hazashi again to discuss Tenseigan on the moon. But the next second, Hiyashi suddenly reacted. Excitedly stood up again and asked, "You mean where Hinata was taken by Master Uzumaki Naruto?" "I don't know. Look at that direction. It looks like the direction of Master Naruto's house." Hyuga Hiyashi was stunned when he heard the sound. Hyuga Neji saw this, and hurriedly persuaded him. "Master Hiyashi, don't worry. Mr. Naruto and Mrs. Hinata have been on good terms since they were students, there will be no problems." "Fool." Hyuga Hiyashi scolded Neji severely in his heart. "No problem is the biggest problem. Humph, Neji. You don't know." Hyuga Hiyashi laughed suddenly, and patted Hyuga Neji on the shoulder by the way. Then, his gaze turns to Hyuga Hanabi. "Hanabi, you also have to learn from your sister. Go down and rest." Hyuga Hanabi looked dazed and didn't understand what his father was talking about. However, she still bowed obediently and left the room. Then, Hyuga Hiyashi let out a long sigh. "Our Hyuga clan pretends to be the most powerful family in Konoha village. In the face of such an advanced existence as the giant Tenseigan, we have no way to explore at all. Brother, don't be discouraged, aren't we all trying to find a way?" Hazashi's words made Hiyashi continue to shake his head. "Actually, Master Orochimaru told me when he was exploring Tenseigan. Although they both have white eyes, the upper limit problem caused by the difference between bloodlines cannot be changed by any means. I finally understand what he meant now. Our Hyuga family alone, it is impossible to drive that huge Tenseigan." This. Hyuga Hiyashi's seemingly discouraged words directly made Hazashi and Neji hang their heads. Although I don't want to believe and accept it, this is the reality. No matter how many people they Hyuga sent to try to inject chakra to drive the huge Tenseigan, there was no response at all. Even Orochimaru, who is determined to do research, can only shake his head helplessly after several days of sleepless research. There is no way. However, at this moment, Hyuga Hiyashi patted Hyuga Neji on the shoulder lightly. He said earnestly, "Neji, you have to perform well, and you must assume the position of the future patriarch of the Hyuga clan." End of words. I don't care about the dazed Hyuga Hazashi and Hyuga Neji either. Hyuga Hiyashi laughed heartily a few times, and walked away. "Father." Neji stared blankly at Hazashi. "Has Master Hiyashi been stimulated?" Hyuga Hazashi. "Brother is really stimulated crazy." Hyuga Neji. "Chief Hiyashi, there is no need, we Hyuga clan and Otsutsuki clan, there must be no way to compare." Jiraiya. "Ah. Hazashi, Neji, have you two misunderstood something? Why do I feel that Hyuga Hiyashi is so happy?" Tsunade. "Of course he is happy. After all, his future grandson can control the giant Tenseigan. How can he not be happy? With such a grandson, the Hyuga clan is nothing." Hyuga Hiyashi. "Ahem. Master Tsunade, you are wrong. The Hyuga family is also an important existence in my heart." "Why?" Hyuga Neji. "What do you mean? Why can't I understand?" Terumi Mei. "Don't you understand this?" Hyuga Hiyashi of Black Naruto World listened to Orochimaru's words and understood that although they both have white eyes, the blood of the Hyuga clan is the same as that of the Otsutsuki clan. There is a huge difference between the bloodlines of the Hyuga, and it is impossible to drive the giant Tenseigan with the Hyuga family. Onoki. However, among the Hyuga clan, Hyuga Hinata and Hyuga Hanabi have high-purity white eyes. Although the two sisters cannot drive the giant Tenseigan, if they borrow. With the power of Uzumaki Black Naruto, the stomach will turn around. Uzumaki Kushina. I see, so Hyuga Hiyashi means that with Hinata and Hanabi's high-purity white eyes paired with that child's blood chakra, offspring are very likely. The opening of Tenseigan are the power to drive a huge Tenseigan, so Hyuga Hiyashi is so happy. Orochimaru. Hihi, after all, no one wants their family to decline, especially old stubborn like Hiyashi, but if Naruto-kun's children have the blood of their Hyuga clan, that will ensure the true prosperity of the Hyuga clan. Inuzuka Kiba. That's why Hyuga Hiyashi Senpai handed over the burden of the Hyuga clan to Neji, actually. Aburame Shino. In the world of Black Naruto, it doesn't matter who is the patriarch of the future Hyuga, it's nothing more than finding someone to manage the chores of the Hyuga clan. Rock Lee. At least in the world of Black Naruto, the identity of Hyuga Neji has undergone important changes. As the patriarch of Hyuga, no matter how bad he has a higher status than ordinary people. Hyuga Neji. Lee, you were wrong. I in the black world is not as simple as you think. Rock Lee. What's that? Hyuga Neji. In the world of Black Naruto, I am not only the future patriarch of the Hyuga clan, but also the uncle of Uzumaki Boruto and Uzumaki Sunflower, and see what Hiyashi-sama means. Maybe not only Miss Hinata's child, maybe even Miss Hanabi's child. Forget it, Lee, you don't understand. Konkuro. You're the only one who's the uncle. Gaara. Second. Tamari. Konoha village Hyuga clanland. Hyuga Hiyashi looked at Hyuga Hinata, who was busy in the kitchen, and nodded with satisfaction, boasting that she was indeed his daughter. But seeing that Hinata packed the prepared meals into bento boxes, Hyuga Hiyashi immediately turned around and hid. Watching Hyuga Hinata leave with cheerful steps, Hyuga Hiyashi looks happy. Father. Not far away, Hyuga Hanabi, who was secretly observing all this, was full of question marks. The normally strict father constantly urges them to practice, but recently there has been a reversal. Hyuga Hiyashi, the patriarch, never asked about Hinata and his own practice. Even, he will lead the future Hyuga's patriarch to Hyuga Neji. At first, the people of the Hyuga clan were very strange and did not understand what happened to the always strict Hyuga Hiyashi. Until I heard that recently, Hyuga Hinata always likes to send delicious meals made by himself to Uzumaki Naruto. The clever Hyuga clan finally reacted. Their Hyuga clan, maybe because of the identity of Hyuga Hinata, they will soar into the sky. Konoha village Hokage office. 9 tails stretched out, lying on the desk. A few days ago, since Uzumaki Naruto brought Hinata back, 9 tails on the first floor felt the familiar chakra fluctuations from the second floor. It is expected that Uzumaki Naruto must have set up the barrier to do bad things. Otherwise, since then, why did Hyuga Hinata deliver food to Uzumaki Naruto every day? Uzumaki Naruto's actions were seriously scorned by 9 tails. Still supporting the barrier? Hehe, a joke. Is it true that I, Mr. 9 Tails, would like to see it? It didn't take long for 9 Tails to react. The reason why Uzumaki Naruto supports the enchantment seems to be not himself, but the faint black guy. Naruto. 9 Tails suddenly raised her head. Hasn't that black Zetsu guy come to you lately? Come here. Uzumaki Naruto said lightly, although it is very vague, but a few times I did find that he is not far from me. But he was very tolerant and didn't appear in front of me. So that's how it is. 9 Tails whispered secretly, it's not wrong. If you can become 10 Tails Jinchuriki, your strength will definitely not be comparable to what it is now, but... Speaking out, 9 Tails seemed a little lonely. If you want to deal with the future Otsutsuki clan, Uzumaki Naruto who becomes 10 Tails Jinchuriki will have a much better chance of winning than now. However, 9 Tails, as a key part, will naturally be integrated into 10 Tails, and when the time comes, each of them will take one bite at a time. Kurama. Uzumaki Naruto certainly knows what 9 Tails is thinking, and then said with a smile, becoming a 10 Tails Jinchuriki is not the key. For Black Zetsu, casting Infinite Tsukuyomi is the most important thing. Infinite Tsukuyomi. 9 Tails, as the chakra separated from 10 Tails, naturally knows everything about 10 Tails. However, regarding the existence of Kaguya, its understanding is limited to what it learned from the mouth of the Sage of 6 Paths. Casting Infinite Tsukuyomi will make the whole world shrouded in a great illusion. And the roots of the sacred tree that spread throughout the world can absorb all creatures with chakra and supply chakra to the caster. In a sense, Infinite Tsukuyomi is a perpetual motion machine that Japan and Taiwan provide chakra for the caster. But Uzumaki Naruto paused for a moment, his face became extremely serious. But Infinite Tsukuyomi has a more important meaning to Black Zetsu, that is to unblock his mother, Insatsuki Kaguya. What? 9 Tails is the first time to hear about the role of Infinite Tsukuyomi from Uzumaki Naruto. Who would have thought that this kind of ninjutsu is Kaguya's ninjutsu? What shocked 9 Tails the most was the identity of Black Zetsu, who was actually the child of Otsutsuki Kaguya. Naruto, where did you get this strange information from? The identity of Black Zetsu is actually related to Sage of Six Paths. Looking at the unbelievable nine tails, Uzumaki Naruto shook his head lightly. It's weird, but it's true. The real identity of that Black Zetsu guy is the third son of Otsutsuki Kaguya, also the third brother of Sage of Six Paths. Third brother. Nine Tails can't help but have images of Otsutsuki Hagoromo and Otsutsuki Hamura in mind. Even if the two brothers are not considered handsome, they at least look like humans. Black Zetsuhi. A species that was born together like a puddle of ink is actually their younger brother? Unbelievable. Unfortunately, this information came from Uzumaki Naruto's mouth. Nine Tails knows that Uzumaki Naruto, who is cautious, can't speak nonsense. Naruto, then you, Uzumaki Naruto is also hesitating. Although Black Zetsu has his own purpose, what he said is not unreasonable. How strong the Otsutsuki family is, Uzumaki Naruto doesn't know. Even if my daughter Uzumaki Ailu can instantly kill Otsutsuki Urashiki with one sword, it is obvious that Uzumaki Ailu's ability at that time completely crushed her current self. And Uzumaki Naruto knows how important bloodline inheritance is to ninjas. As a ninja, Azuki Shion is at best a special jonin in Konoha village, even if it is difficult to reach the level of a jonin. Her bloodline is very common. Uzumaki Ailu's strength must be based on her own blood inheritance, but not her current self. Uzumaki Naruto is sure that at some point in the future, his bloodline chakra will definitely undergo other changes, and it will be a weekly change. In the end, kill Black Zetsu first and then become 10 Tails Jinchuriki. Or, Uzumaki Naruto is a little uncertain. But soon, he made a decision. Kurama, actually, I've been having an experiment for the past few days that I want to try. Experiment. Nine Tails was taken aback. What experiment? I want to release Otsutsuki Kaguya. What, Naruto, you? Nine Tails turned pale with fright, but was quickly pinned down by Naruto. Don't get excited, I want to talk to her about a deal. Negotiating a deal with Otsutsuki Kaguya. The audience in the world of Beiming was also stunned by Uzumaki's behavior. What deal could Koronaru negotiate with Otsutsuki Kaguya? It is nothing more than asking Otsutsuki Kaguya to stand in line with himself to eliminate the Otsutsuki clan who will attack in the future. However, through the memories of Uzumaki in the world of Beiming, I feel that things are not so simple. Who is Otsutsuki Kaguya? That is the goddess of Mao. Otsutsuki Kaguya with a cold personality is different from other Otsutsuki. Even if she loves the continent of ninja world deeply, but the character of the goddess above all living beings is impossible to discuss with Uzumaki in the future world, whether the ancestors are inherited by blood or inherited by chakra. The only reason for the high goddess to act like this is that the future Uzumaki is stronger than Otsutsuki Kaguya. Even the gap between the two is not a star and a half. Tsunade. I think that the current Uzumaki Black Ming may not be weaker than Otsutsuki Kaguya in terms of ability. Jiraiya. I beg to differ. In fact, when watching Bai Ming and Sasuke seal Otsutsuki Kaguya, I found that Ming Zuo's strength is much worse than Otsutsuki Kaguya. Senju Tobarama. That's true. When Sasuke's full body Susanoo faced Kaguya, the other party just waved his sleeves lightly, and Susanoo completely melted. If Obito hadn't found Sasuke who was lost in other dimensions, the two of them would not be able to seal Kaguya at all. Uchiha Madara. Kaguya has a cold personality. I didn't expect Obito and Kakashi, who are like bugs, and that pink hair can bring her key troubles. The most important thing is that Kaguya has too little combat experience, and Black Zetsu's blind command. Black Zetsu. There's nothing wrong with what you said. Mother is absolutely invincible. If she hadn't just unblocked and didn't adapt to the battle, Naruto wouldn't be able to win. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. The trouble for Naruto is that he needs two people to work together to cast Six Paths Planetary Devastation, but Kuro Naruto is different. He can use it alone, and with the power of Kuro Naruto now. It is almost equivalent to the existence of the fusion of Six Paths Naruto and Six Paths Sasuke's power. It is definitely not a matter of 1+1. I think that Hemming's strength is better than that of Mother. At least it is not difficult to seal Mother. Otsutsuki Kaguya. HMPH. Although I don't want to admit it, that guy Koronaru's pupil technique is quite terrifying. Reversing time can allow him to return to his original state. He opened the 8 inner gates dead gate, and his combat power instantly multiplied dozens of times. It is really difficult for me to deal with him. Black Zetsu. Mother, don't panic. Black Naruto is not a grandmaster in ninjutsu in time and space. When the time comes, you just need to throw him into the world of concentrated acid, and he will definitely die. Otsutsuki Kaguya. Black Zetsu, I don't even want to open that space. It's full of thick acid. Besides, if he doesn't take a step, he will apply a state of time regression on himself. Even if he is locked in a certain space, even if he is killed instantly, he can still return to his previous state. It's not easy. I don't have a good way to win against him, but if I pay attention, it's not easy for him to seal me. Black Zetsu. Despicable. It's time regression and mind reading. I thought his pupil technique would be useless without destructive ninjutsu, but now I realize that these two pupil techniques are simply terrible. No, they are too despicable. This is cheating. After making up his mind, Uzumaki Naruto came to the forest of Konoha village alone. Call Black Zetsu to come out. Sure enough, even though it was difficult to detect the existence of Black Zetsu, after Naruto shouted, Black Zetsu's dark body slowly came out. Uzumaki Naruto told Black Zetsu of his decision. He was going to become Jinchuriki of 10 Tails, and in order to further strengthen his strength, he planned to cast Infinite Tsukuyomi. Black Zetsu was overjoyed when he heard this. When does it begin? Just tonight. Uzumaki Naruto Kaido. Tonight. The excitement in Black Zetsu's heart left Uzumaki Naruto speechless. Does this guy need to be so excited? It's as if he already has the chance to win. Tonight, I was finally able to complete the plan I had planned for thousands of years, and I was finally able to release the sealed mother. Black Zetsu excitedly blinked his eyes a few times, looked at Uzumaki Naruto and said, Naruto, tonight, I will witness the birth of the most powerful figure in the ninja world. Yes. Uzumaki Naruto, but the most powerful character is not you. It's Otsutsuki Kaguya. Tsunade, PFF'd. Tonight Black Zetsu will witness the most powerful existence in the ninja world. The strongest Uzumaki Naruto is born. Uchiha Madara. After tonight, Uzumaki Naruto will no longer have only a pair of Rinnegan, and he will open the same 9-Go-Yu reincarnation Sharingan on his forehead as Kaguya. Orochimaru. Naruto-kun officially debuted after Blood Successor Snare, and now I suddenly think of a question. After Naruto-kun pulls out the Sage of Six Paths chakra, does his sage body effect still exist? Otsutsuki Hagoromo. It definitely exists. Sage body and immortal eye are two special inheritances I gave to Ashura and Indra. The combination of the two leads to my chakra. Uzumaki Kurenai will be the owner of sage body and immortal eye at the same time, and it will not affect these two special characteristics. Orochimaru. Then when Naruto-kun suddenly gains such a powerful force, with the help of the characteristics of the sage body, will his power show explosive strength again with the power of 10 Tails Jinchuriki, which is probably several times or 10 times the power of 10 Tails Jinchuriki? Otsutsuki Hagoromo. This. I don't think it should be such an exaggeration. After all, he needs to further explore the power he has gained, so that he can exert several times the original power. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. However, what we say now is just speculation. Let's quietly watch what kind of deal Uzumaki Koronaru wants to negotiate with his mother. In the dead of night, Uzumaki Naruto and Black Zetsu come to the quiet area of Ninja World. Tens of kilometers away, there is no one inhabited. Naruto. Nine Tails looked at the ghetto statue summoned by Naruto in front of him. His huge body of 430 meters lowered his head again, and took a deep look at Naruto. I'm leaving for now. Wait until you completely wipe out the Otsutsuki clan and restore peace in the ninja world, and we will meet again. After speaking, Nine Tails stretched out a huge fist. Uzumaki Naruto greeted the fist, and the big and small fists collided lightly. Take care. Kurama. You have to believe that we will meet soon. Hearing this, Nine Tails nodded and turned into a golden light that was completely absorbed by Ghetto statue. Roar. Then, Ghetto statue roared. Accompanied by bursts of roars, the ground began to tremble. Don't panic, Naruto. This is a normal phenomenon. Ghetto statue is preparing to transform into 10 Tails. Black Zetsu sensed Naruto's suspicion and hurriedly said from behind. And at this time, Black Zetsu's mouth reached to the base of his ears in excitement. Coming. My goal is finally about to be achieved. Uzumaki Naruto. You should feel lucky to be the carrier of Otsutsuki Kaguya. Naruto. Black Zetsu walked slowly to Naruto's side. You who have activated Rinnegan must know how to control 10 tails. Black Zetsu remembers that after Uchiha Madara opened Rinnegan, he naturally learned to control 10 tails and become a trap of 10 tails Jinchuriki. This point is probably not too difficult for Uzumaki Naruto. 10 tails coffin seal. A kind of ability that Rinnegan has. Uzumaki Naruto nodded silently without speaking. Wait until Geto statue's high-pitched voice falls silent. Among the thick smoke and dust, a huge figure lying on the ground is looming. The moment the huge figure moved, suddenly, a strong wind blew up and scattered the smoke and dust in front of Uzumaki Naruto and Black Zetsu. Under the moonlight, the huge 10 tails grinned in front of Uzumaki Naruto. Even Uzumaki Naruto couldn't help frowning after seeing the real face of 10 tails. This is 10 tails. Uzumaki Naruto looked solemn. Judging from the body shape alone, the body shape of 9 tails is like gravel in front of 10 tails. No wonder Black Zetsu said that becoming 10 tails Jinchuriki will bring his power to another level. How huge is this chakra? Even Uzumaki Naruto couldn't help sighing. 9 tails, already an extremely terrifying existence among tailed beasts. But facing 10 tails, the two are like fireflies and stars in the sky. In terms of the amount of chakra alone, it is no longer a grade at all. Geto statue absorbs the 10 tails born from 9-tailed beasts. It's not as simple as pulling Lu Chak up. Naruto. The secret technique can be cast. 10 tails coffin seal technique. Uzumaki finally got to the point where he was going to meet Otsutsuki Kaguya. The audience in Beiming World sweated at the same time. In their world, everyone fears that Otsutsuki Kaguya will break out. However, Uzumaki chose to meet Otsutsuki Kaguya instead. If it is analyzed from the perspective of the future of Beiming World, Hemming's actions this time are beneficial to the ninja world. For himself, it made him reach the existence beyond Otsutsuki. Otherwise, how could his daughter kill Otsutsuki Urashi in seconds? Uzumaki Naruto. Black Naruto, hey. Uzumaki Beiming sighed heavily. He really didn't think about it. The two people had the same picture from the beginning, but because of a difference in one choice, the world became polarized. Uzumaki Naruto. This may be Kuro Ming's character. He is a guy who dares to gamble his life. Gamble your life? Bai Ming's speech immediately caused the audience to ponder. If it is said that Uzumaki gambled his life, there was indeed a life gamble before that. That's his act of looking for Orochimaru's fusion of wood style and Sharingan. The result is that with the advantage of his own sage body, he successfully merged everything, opened Rinnegan and saw the legendary sage of 6 paths. This time Uzumaki Black Naruto Uchiha Sasuke. Suddenly I felt a little nervous. I remember when Black Zetsu took out Uchiha Madara's heart. Uchiha Madara couldn't use any ninjutsu, Black called him. Uzumaki Naruto. Don't worry, that guy is so smart, it's impossible to think of performing ninjutsu after Black Zetsu did it. Black Zetsu. Cut. If it weren't for the future information brought by Uzumaki and Ilu, you would be scared to death now. Terumi Mei. No way. We think that Uzumaki will definitely not be tricked by you, but we are curious about what he wants to talk to Kaguya about. Onoki. Yes, Black Zetsu, in fact, even if there is no picture of the future, in my heart, I still think that you can't have a slight chance of winning when facing Black Naruto. Uchiha Obito. Black Zetsu, what they mean is that they want to see your jokes. Black Zetsu. Black Zetsu. Bah. When you face Black Naruto, all of you are frightened and put your heads in your hands, begging to surrender. Let me tell you, you are not as brave as 4th Raikage. Onoki. Yes, 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 you are very correct, but in the end, the 4th Raikage could not be resurrected, and even died without any value. 4th Raikage. Ahem. 3rd Tsuchikage, there is no need to say such things. Tsunade. If you want me to say, Black Zetsu is the #1 brave person in the Black Naruto world, and Uncle Danzo must be the second. Jiraiya. Black Zetsu wants to unblock Kaguya. Uncle Danzo is going all the way to kill Black Zetsu. I think Uncle Danzo's bravery is above Black Zetsu. Black Zetsu. Shimura Danzo, shut up. You two bastards who don't know how to respect your elders. 10 Tails Coffin Seal Technique. It is not difficult for Uzumaki Naruto, it can be done easily. The purpose of Uzumaki Naruto is to kill Kaguya, and proposed to make a risky transaction with the other party. Since the matter has reached such a point, he doesn't need to care about the communication between himself and Black Zetsu. Even teasing Black Zetsu, etc. has become dull. Under the expectant eyes of Black Zetsu, Uzumaki Naruto simply seals. 10 Tails was directly absorbed into Uzumaki Naruto's body before he could react. And, with the process of 10 Tails entering Naruto's body, Uzumaki Naruto's body began to undergo tremendous changes. The original golden hair turned into silver hair at a speed visible to the naked eye. Skin also becomes fairer during the process of absorbing 10 Tails. After the 10 Tails were completely absorbed by Uzumaki Naruto, Naruto's body shattered into some scaly fragments. His appearance has undergone a qualitative change. At least from the perspective of skin color, Uzumaki Naruto at this time is closer to the fair complexion of the Otsutsuki family. It went so smoothly. Black Zetsu was startled when he saw this. He didn't expect that even in the face of 10 Tails, Uzumaki Naruto could suppress the opponent so easily, without any rampage. Uchiha Madara. Sure enough, Koronaru is the same as me when absorbing 10 Tails. 10 Tails can't make waves at all. Hitaki Kakashi. It kind of reminds me of when Obito became 10 Tails Jinchuriki, it was such a sad scene. Uchiha Obito. Kakashi, are you looking for something to talk about? If it were you, I'm afraid you would have died suddenly. Hitaki Kakashi. Silent. Jiraiya. After all, it's that kid Haimaru, so it's no problem to suppress 10 Tails with his strength. Terumi Mei. Now I'm waiting for Black Zetsu to take out Black Ming's heart. Onoki. No, the current Kuro Ming has not activated the Sharingan of 9 Gyuyu reincarnation, and he must wait until he casts Infinite Tsukuyomi. Black Zetsu. Uzumaki Naruto, who became 10 Tails Jinchuriki, clenched his fists, and he stared at his clenched fists. I was shocked in my heart. As this chakra from 10 Tails? It's really scary. Even the whole chakra of 9 Tails pales in comparison. I'm very strange. Why I can't condense the chakra of infinite Tsukuyomi in my mind. Uzumaki Naruto still remembers the steps that Black Zetsu said before. Without casting infinite Tsukuyomi, it is impossible to release Otsutsuki Kaguya. That's because you haven't opened the 9 Gyuyu reincarnation Sharingan, Naruto. Black Zetsu's voice became a little heavier than before. However, Uzumaki Naruto didn't care about his emotional change at all, and immediately asked, I remember you said that you want to transform the form of 10 Tails into a sacred tree. It should be done directly, Naruto. Black Zetsu said with a smile. You have successfully suppressed 10 Tails, now summon 10 Tails, it will look like a divine tree. It's just that more chakra is needed to make the buds of the sacred tree fully open. Here, Black Zetsu said indifferently. I remember you have the ability to resurrect the dead. Nowadays, you just need to bring a large number of ninjas to the place where the sacred tree is, and control the sacred tree to absorb the chakra on them. Even if they die, they can be resurrected by you, right? I think for the peace of the future world, it is acceptable for them to pay a little for you. Uzumaki Naruto did not comment. Until this moment, Black Zetsu still pays more attention to the way he speaks. What he said is not unreasonable. Of course, Uzumaki Naruto ignored Black Zetsu and continued to seal. The next second, a huge Ryugo Jade reincarnation Sharingan emerged from Naruto's body, followed by a huge body being dragged out. The moment the sacred tree appeared, it quickly took root and entered the earth. This scene surprised Uzumaki Naruto. 10 Tails' body is the divine tree, but the divine tree has been withdrawn from his body again. But his appearance has not changed in any way. Even the strength in the body has not decreased. Could it be because 10 Tails chakra has been integrated into my body? Uzumaki Naruto tried to test it out. Sure enough, the tail beast chakra in my body does not exist in the shape of 10 Tails. Instead, it was divided into 9 tails and merged into my own chakra consciousness. If I completely strip the chakra of any tailed beast from my body now, the other party will appear in front of me in a complete tailed beast form. For example, if Naruto pulls 9 tails out, it will be a complete Kurama that can jump and jump. It's so amazing. At this moment, Uzumaki Naruto is happy. At first I thought the plan would be very troublesome, but now that I look at it, it is simply tailor-made for me to become stronger. Thanks Sage of Six Paths, thanks Otsutsuki. Thanks Black Zetsu. Uzumaki Naruto shoots a small smile at Black Zetsu. Black Zetsu was taken aback. Shin Chunin couldn't help snorting coldly. HMPH. Did you become excited after feeling the powerful force? Mortals are indeed mortals. Uzumaki Naruto, you will regret it when the time comes. Uzumaki Naruto, who drove the Rinnegan, ignored Black Zetsu's complaints at all. When the time comes, who wins the game will be decided soon. Black Zetsu, now I feel that the chakra in my body has reached an unimaginable level. No matter how many ninjas are used to supply the sacred tree, it is better for me to distribute chakra to the sacred tree immediately. Let it open the buds quickly, and I will immediately cast infinite Tsukuyomi, which can make me stronger. Oh? Have you been dazzled by the powerful force? Black Zetsu contemptuously. However, this is indeed a more convenient and quicker method. It is nothing more than Uzumaki Naruto will lose part of the tailed beast chakra, which will cause him to become weaker. It's not like killing him. When the buds of the sacred tree are fully opened, Ryugoyu's reincarnation Sharingan will evolve into Gyugoyu's reincarnation Sharingan. Uzumaki Naruto absorbs it again, it will not affect the display of infinite reading. Okay. Then you must pay attention and control the absorption speed of the sacred tree. This time, Black Zetsu didn't pretend to stop it. Uzumaki Naruto nods. Rinnegan flashes a purple glow. Audience. Uchiha Madara. That guy, Koronaru, must have used the time-reversing pupil technique. Senju Tobirama. Has it been cast at this point? Black Zetsu has said in his heart that Black Naruto will have no other problems except that he will feel weak. Uzumaki Kushina. Be careful, Minato. I'm really nervous. You said that the child will not have an accident, it must not be. Namikaze Minato. Don't worry, Kushina, the kid is absolutely fine. Uzumaki Naruto. Mom. Don't be so nervous. The future of that guy Kuromaki is very good, how could he overturn here? Terumi Mei. I remember that before casting infinite Tsukuyomi, there was another divine spell to be cast. Onoki. God, the birth of the tree realm. Fourth Raikage. At that moment, the roots of the sacred tree will pop up everywhere in the ninja world, and everyone will enter the world of infinite Tsukuyomi. Otsutsuki Kaguya. Then wait until Koronaru talks to me to end everything, and then release infinite Tsukuyomi, his popularity will reach its peak in this continent. Orochimaru. As expected of Mr. Naruto, this move is still raising his status in the eyes of everyone in the ninja world. Nagato. I have already felt that at this moment, Uzumaki will become a god in people's mouth. Deidara. Boss, are you envious? Hidan. I'm so envious. Nagato. Uzumaki Naruto didn't hesitate. The branch controlling the sacred tree entangled itself. The moment the branch touched his body, Uzumaki Naruto felt his body tremble. The huge chakra in the body surged instantly, and was sucked away by the sacred tree at an extremely fast speed. The buds at the top of the sacred tree are changing rapidly with the passage of time. Is this the chakra of 10 Tails Jinchuriki Uzumaki Naruto? Sure enough, it's terrifyingly powerful, and it feels like it's no less than my mother. Looking at the rapid unfolding of the buds, Black Zetsu felt a little scared. Fortunately, Uzumaki Naruto was deceived by his own rhetoric. If he only chooses to become 10 Tails Jinchuriki instead of casting infinite Tsukuyomi, Black Zetsu believes that it will be impossible to unblock Otsutsuki Kaguya from now on. When the buds of the sacred tree are fully opened, Uzumaki Naruto will feel that the breath it emits is completely incomparable with before. Naruto, it's alright, stop. At this time, Black Zetsu was a little flustered. He obviously felt that Uzumaki Naruto's breathing was much heavier than before. It doesn't make any sense to continue to absorb it like this. If there is a problem with Uzumaki Naruto, it will be serious. Uzumaki Naruto struggled to release the spell of the sacred tree. He gasped heavily. How are you? The next step is to absorb the sacred tree in front of you, and you will open the 9 Gyuyu Sharingan that can cast infinite Tsukuyomi. Naruto, you will become the master of this world. The power of terror will be that you are not afraid of anyone, including the Otsutsuki clan. Uzumaki Naruto shook his head and didn't speak. Immediately seal. The sacred tree in front of me seemed to be attracted by some kind of attraction, and the whole tree poured into Uzumaki Naruto's body. Suddenly, Uzumaki Naruto's eyes flashed several cold lights. The terrifying power coming from his body even made him shudder. And through the detection of spiritual power, he found that the third eye was opened between his forehead. Juguyu Reincarnation Sharingan. The power that was originally lost was instantly increased. Ha ha ha. Black Zetsu, this power is so exciting. Naruto sneered a few times. Black Zetsu was taken aback. The corners of the mouth split open, and said sinisterly, "I'll just say it, Uzumaki Naruto. Now hurry up and perform the ultimate ninjutsu, Infinite Tsukuyomi. From now on, you will be the absolute master of this world, and you can use Infinite Tsukuyomi as Chakra's perpetual motion machine anytime and anywhere. J. It all depends on your mood." Uzumaki Naruto sneered inwardly. This black guy probably thinks he is being tempted by huge power, but Goran is still trying to hypnosis himself with brainwashing remarks. However, Uzumaki Naruto still flew into the sky. Facing the moon on which the shadow of 9 Guyu Reincarnation Sharingan is imprinted, Uzumaki Naruto made a seal mercilessly. There is even a bright purple light flashing in the eyes. Infinite Tsukuyomi. At the same time as Naruto's voice fell to the ground, the moon suddenly shone brightly. The night was instantly replaced by day with strong light. At the same time, the whole world fell into panic. I haven't waited for their response yet. Both eyes turned into Rinnegan. With the trembling of the earth, countless vines surged out from any corner of the world. God birth of the tree realm. Naruto's final ninjutsu is completed, and the people of the entire ninja world, without exception, are wrapped into silkworm chrysalis hanging on the tree by the extended purchase. Wait until everything is over. Day returned to night. Uzumaki Naruto fell from the sky to the ground condescendingly. Prophet. With his back to Black Zetsu, he seems to be feeling the changes in the world. Black Zetsu. This power. Puff. However, just when Naruto was about to speak, a black hand suddenly touched his chest. Black Zetsu? Naruto feigns to be startled. Black Zetsu's strange laughter of "Jia Jia Jia" can be heard from behind. Uzumaki Naruto, I didn't expect you to get lost even when you were gaining great power. It's really sad. Uzumaki's Infinite Tsukuyomi is cast in the same way as Uchiha Madara. Although the screen only allows the audience in the world of Beiming to see the chakra in Uzumaki Kuroning's body like a vast ocean. On the bottom of the sea, there is a collection of chakra with the appearance of 9-tailed beasts. However, the audience is very clear that the Gedo statue is still retained in Uzumaki Kuroning's body at this time. The Gedo statue and the divine tree can be separated in a sense. Just like Uchiha Obito, after becoming 10 tails Jinchuriki, he can still have the power of 6 paths after summoning the God Tree. And Otsutsuki Kaguya, while fighting brother Otsutsuki Hagoromo, became one with the God pair. So to speak, the Uchiha Madara or Uzumaki Black Naruto who absorbs all power. Otsutsuki Kaguya is already attached to their bodies. Just wait for Black Zetsu's special occult to summon him. Tsunade. Why does this feel a bit like Otsutsuki Peach style and one wedge? Jiraiya. It seems to be true. The person who absorbs the sacred tree to open the 9 Guyu Reincarnation Sharingan is equivalent to the container of Otsutsuki Kaguya. Orochimaru. I think Otsutsuki Kaguya's method is faster than Momoji's. They don't need to wait for the wedge to dissolve. As long as the opponent absorbs the power of the sacred tree to open the Sharingan, under Black Zetsu's secret technique, Kaguya can appear directly without waiting for time. Uchiha Madara. That's not right. Black Zetsu wants to complete this series of techniques is very cumbersome. Momoshiki and Ichishiki want to carve a wedge on the container. It is an instant effort. Senju Tobarama. It's the same. Black Zetsu is a little troublesome, but Otsutsuki Kaguya doesn't need to worry about the death of the container and cause his own death. Momoshi and Yishi will not work. Even if Jinchuriki dies and the tailed beast dies, Olu will return to Husei after a few years. This point really shows that Otsutsuki Kaguya is more advanced than Momoshiki and others, at least she is really immortal. Black Zetsu, you? Uzumaki Naruto suddenly realized that something was wrong. When Black Zetsu pulled out his chest, he couldn't do anything. Even something like condensing chakra can't be done. It's a terrible technique. Uzumaki Naruto muttered inwardly. Black Zetsu, an unattractive guy, can have such a terrible bed? What kind of technique is this? Why can't I move? Black Zetsu, what on earth do you mean? Uzumaki Naruto frowned pretentiously, and his voice became flustered. Surgery. Ha ha ha. Black Zetsu laughed sinisterly a few times, put his face close to Uzumaki Naruto's neck and said with a smile, Uzumaki Naruto. Of course you can't move. Also, you can't condense any chakra either. After all, this is the technique to summon Master Kaguya. Black Zetsu laughed wildly. What? Summon Kaguya, you? You actually betrayed me? Oh? Betrayed you? Black Zetsu questioned. When did I say I want to be attached to you? Ah. Even if I said it, it was just a stopgap measure. This is the day I've been waiting for, to let Master Kaguya return to the world. Oh? By the way, Uzumaki Naruto. As if thinking of something again, Black Zetsu smirked a few times. I forgot to tell you, Master Kaguya's full name. It's Otsutsuki Kaguya. Otsutsuki. Black Zetsu, you lied to me. Uzumaki Naruto roared with a particularly weak voice. Didn't you say that Otsutsuki Kaguya defeated the foreign Otsutsuki family? Black Zetsu heard the words, Jia, laughed even harder. Otsutsuki Hamura is the only one whose descendants of that idiot Otsutsuki Hamura can kill each other. What's so strange about Kaguya-sama resisting other Otsutsuki? Besides, my will comes from my mother, Otsutsuki Kaguya. Everything I have done for thousands of years is to let my mother return to this continent. Mother? Uzumaki Naruto's dumbfounded performance made Black Zetsu even more proud. Uzumaki Naruto, I have to say that you are already the smartest person on this continent. You have Ashura's chakra in your body. Uchiha Sasuke has Indra's chakra in you. The previous session was Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara. In order for the mother to come to the ninja world, you must use Rinnegan. I count the guy you steal to bewitch Uchiha Madara, so that he gets Senju Hashirama's power fusion to form Rinnegan. Unfortunately, Madara has opened Rinnegan for too long. After he opened it, its lifespan has come to an end. We made a detailed plan. Using Uchiha Obito's kindness and preference for Nohara Lin, we designed to kill Nohara Lin and let Uchiha Obito witness this scene. Bring Obito as Uchiha Madara's successor, and temporarily store Madara's Rinnegan on Nagato's body, in order to revive Uchiha Madara one day. After all, only the owner of Rinnegan can exert his true power. But what I didn't expect was that you jumped out of me halfway. I don't know exactly how you activated the Rinnegan, but at some point you must have drawn the Indra chakra that existed in Uchiha Sasuke into your own body. With this power, you completely messed up our plans. Uzumaki Naruto, for thousands of years, do you know how I spent the 1,000 years? Hum. Originally I just wanted to gamble one last time, using the Otsutsuki threat theory and the powerful power of 10 Tails Jinchuriki to confuse you. Yes, I admit that I have a gamble, but luck is on my side. The arrival of Sharon strengthens your belief in the Otsutsuki threat theory. And your ambition full of desire for power, all of which have become the key to my success. Black Zetsu said. The change became a puddle of black water, constantly eroding on Uzumaki Naruto. Not only that, as time passed by every minute and every second, the mummy, hanging on the sacred tree emitted blue light all over, and all the chakra poured into Uzumaki Naruto's body from the cracked ground along the vines of the sacred tree. Naruto. It's a pity. Your ambition to rule this continent is over. Finally, I want to tell you something more interesting. These people who fell on the vines of the sacred tree will eventually be absorbed into chakra and become the so-called white Zetsu. Hey. Go to die in peace, Uzumaki Naruto. Boom. Black Zetsu's voice fell to the ground, completely turning into black water. At this time, the underground chakra gushed out like a fountain. The original Uzumaki Naruto has become another person. Otsutsuki Kaguya. Arrival in the ninja world. This scene did not exceed the expectations of the Beiming World audience. However, Haiming's physical performance with tears made the audience feel a little surprised. In Beiming's world, even if it is as strong as 6 paths Uchiha Madara, when inhaling such a thick chakra, the body expands into a sphere. But Uzumaki Black Ming looked very natural, except that his body was slightly swollen. It didn't expand into a sphere about to explode like Uchiha Madara did. Uchiha Madara. Uzumaki Black Ming didn't expand after absorbing so much chakra. What is the reason? Could it be that his chakra? Senju Tobirama. Has Uzumaki Black Naruto's chakra been infinitely close to Otsutsuki Kaguya? How is this possible? I guess he developed Sage Body, which has a huge effect. Jiraiya. Sage Body. If so, Madara can also get Sage Body after pulling Master First Hokage's chakra. No, I think of what Sage of Six Paths said. Namikaze Minato. Yes, Mr. Jiraiya. When Madara got Ashura chakra, she was already quite old. Maybe she didn't seriously develop Sage Body. Uzumaki Kushina. But that kid never gave up on his practice, and even used the weighted rock technique to practice body art, so it's hard to imagine how far his Sage Body has been developed. Black Zetsu. What the hell, does this Sage Body have no upper limit? Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Hihi, Black Zetsu. The magic of Sage Body is beyond your imagination. Do you remember what Otsutsuki Momoshiki said to Uzumaki Hagoromo? Black Zetsu. Momoshi. What did he tell Bai Ming? How dare a mere mortal dare to contend with God? Haruno Sakura. No. I remember that Uzumaki said that Otsutsuki Momoshiki was strong like a monster, and Momoshiki also replied that Naruto was also a monster, but it is a pity that Naruto's terrifying power cannot be passed on to his offspring. Yamanaka Ino. What does that mean? Yurihong. The future Hakamaki has a complete 9 tails in his body. Momoshiki did praise 9 tails chakra, but the power of 9 tails can be inherited through Jinchuriki. Uzumaki Boruto, as the son of Uzumaki Hakumen, should have the blood of the Uzumaki family. It should be no problem to become 9 tails Jinchuriki, and with the relationship between 9 tails in them at that time, it's impossible to go berserk, so I guess the terrifying power of Bai Ming that Momoji is referring to is not 9 tails. Orochimaru. That is naturally the unique Sage Body of Naruto-kun in any world, and cannot be passed on to Uzumaki Boruto, because regardless of whether Naruto-kun and Sasuke-kun are alive or dead, the reincarnation entanglement of Indra's chakra and Ashura's chakra has ended, and there will be no more Sage Body and Shanrenyan in the world. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Exactly, the pity that Momoshiki can't be passed on to Boruto is Uzumaki Naruto's unique Sage Body. Black Zetsu. That's outrageous. Uchiha Obito. Difficult brother, don't be ridiculous. You in the world of Himing laughed so happily just now, you will be so confused now. Black Zetsu. Bah. That Uzumaki Black Ming is really good at acting. After everything is over, he just honestly completes his plan. He has to accompany me to perform a show. When my arrogance is over, he will appear again and shock me to the point of doubting my life. What kind of bad taste is this? Senju Hashirama. That's not right, Black Zetsu, you're fine if you're not arrogant. Black Zetsu. Don't be arrogant, isn't being arrogant in that situation the same as salted fish? Otsutsuki Kaguya who returns to ninja world. Standing quietly, she felt the tranquility of the whole world and breathed the air of this continent. Thousands of years, it has been thousands of years, she has never set foot on the land of this continent she loves so much. At this moment, she came back. Thank you, Black Zetsu. Kaguya said lightly. No hard work, my lord. At this time, an excited voice came from Otsutsuki Kaguya's sleeve. Soon, a swarthy head protruded from the sleeve, it was black. Mother, I have already done everything for you. Right now, the ninjas of the whole world have entered the dreamland of infinite Tsukuyomi. You can use their chakra as much as you like. At that time, we can make these ninjas into white Zetsu to resist their invasion. Otsutsuki Kaguya heard the sound, and looked coldly at the dense vines not far away. At a glance, tens of kilometers down, the messy trees and vines are covered with chrysalis like silkworm chrysalis. I know. Kaguya nodded. Then sighed again. Thousands of years ago, if this group of people understood my intentions. If you can willingly surrender to me, take the initiative to go to the sacred tree to worship, become the nourishment of the sacred tree and turn it into white Zetsu, you will not fall into the current fate. Kaguya's memories inadvertently returned to the past. Once, she really wanted to create the White Zetsu Legion to deal with Otsutsuki Momoshiki and others, but she didn't want to drive humans to extinction. It's a pity that Otsutsuki Hamura and Otsutsuki Hagoromo, who are her children, don't understand her difficulties and want to stand on her opposite side. The unblocked Otsutsuki Kaguya again does not seem to have any communication with the people of this continent. No one on this continent can understand her hard work. It's a pity that in today's mainland, only her and Black Zetsu's world has become lifeless. After much deliberation, Otsutsuki Kaguya finally made up his mind. Black Zetsu, I will release a few humans as my servants later. Also, this continent still needs living beings to reproduce, so as to ensure that I can provide chakra forever. Mother is right. Black Zetsu poked his head out and grinned. No one can threaten you now. In fact, it is also possible to release more humans to speed up their reproduction. After all, those evil Otsutsuki are very powerful. Mother needs more power. However, at the moment when Black Zetsu and Otsutsuki Kaguya were talking, an untimely voice came from above their heads. Isn't it just to prevent the invasion of the Otsutsuki clan? You have to make things so troublesome, and you don't think relying on those useless white Zetsu can help Otsutsuki? What kind of brain can think of this? The combat power of that group of white Zetsu is not as powerful as ninjas. I thought the legendary Otsutsuki Kaguya was so smart, but I didn't expect to be so stupid. Who? The sudden voice startled Otsutsuki Kaguya. Is it Otsutsuki Momo style? No, Arura style. Otsutsuki Kaguya hastily looked to the sky. Black Zetsu was taken aback, feeling that the speaker's voice was slightly familiar. Looking up, there is someone looking down at the two of them from high above the sky. Impossible. How could it be you? It's absolutely impossible, you should be dead. Uzumaki Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto. Otsutsuki Kaguya's originally calm face became slightly puzzled, and his brows frowned a few times. When Black Zetsu successfully unsealed her, she accepted all the memories of Black Zetsu along the way. Know about Uzumaki Naruto, Kaguya is an ambitious man who wants to rule the world, and thanks to his vision and desire for power, the Black Zetsu project was successful. However, shouldn't the success of the Black Zetsu project mean the death of Uzumaki Naruto? How did the other party survive? Also, Uzumaki Naruto actually has the same Juguyu reincarnation Sharingan as himself on his forehead. Black Zetsu, what is going on? Otsutsuki Kaguya asked, slightly flustered. Black Zetsu was even more shocked. He was the one who felt the most incredible. Uzumaki Naruto. Impossible, you should have become the carrier of the mother. Why does it still appear in front of us? Black Zetsu bared his teeth and glared at Uzumaki Naruto in the air. Naruto didn't take it seriously, and lightly landed in front of Otsutsuki Kaguya, looking mockingly at the Black Loach. You don't really think that I'm a person who can get carried away by anything, do you? Please, don't you use your cerebellum to think about it. When I heard what you said about the Otsutsuki Kaguya invasion, don't you think it's incredible that I believed you so quickly? Even if Otsutsuki Toneri suddenly appeared and verified the existence of Otsutsuki, I wouldn't really ignore what you said. I've already sold you the flaw, it's just that you didn't think it through. Audience. The fact that Uzumaki didn't die was already expected by the audience. Moreover, the state retained by Himing is the state before he cast Infinite Tsukuyomi after he activated the 9 Guyu reincarnation Sharingan. When Black Zetsu was digging out Himaru's heart, Himaru had already cast back time. Even if he has experienced death, his physical state will still automatically return to the past when the end time is reached. But what the audience didn't expect was that Uzumaki Himing deliberately sold his flaws to the opponent in the battle of wits with Black Zetsu. Uchiha Madara. I wondered why Koronaru was so calm at the beginning and even followed the lead of Black Zetsu all the way. Senju Tobarama. Getting information is part of it, and the other part is, Black Singer actually wants Black Zetsu to find flaws in his behavior so as to strengthen Black Zetsu's acting skills and want to see what else Black Zetsu can do. Shimura Danzo. Huh. What a boring guy. Uchiha Obito. Totally played tricks. Black Zetsu, you were really miserable. Hitaki Kakashi. Ah. Actually, it's not surprising that Uzumaki has always liked to play with people who are hostile to him. What? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. If you don't know anything, how could you think of what I'm going to do? Deliberately sell me a flaw. Stop bragging here. Black Zetsu couldn't accept the appearance of Uzumaki Naruto at all. It is impossible for anyone to survive after being cut out by himself and summoning the secret technique of Otsutsuki Kaguya in his body. How did Uzumaki Naruto do it? Black Zetsu suddenly realized that his brain was not enough. Uzumaki Naruto felt the panic of Black Zetsu, shrugged his shoulders and said, "Don't you doubt everything I experienced when I started Rinnegan? No wonder. Uchiha Madara should not have seen Sage of Six Paths when he opened Rinnegan at that time. So you don't have such a cognition in your mind. What? You mean you met that bastard Otsutsuki Hagoromo when you started Rinnegan?" Black Zetsu's eyes widened when he heard that. Of course. So before I met you, I knew about Otsutsuki Kaguya. Uzumaki Naruto sneered. The reason why is like being led by your nose. One is that I really want to know what kind of power I will get after becoming 10 Tails Jinchuriki. Secondly, without your guidance, I don't know the specific operation method. If I can't handle it well, I don't have anyone around me who can explain the situation. Black Zetsu, tell the truth, I am very grateful to you. This power is indeed very terrifying. Uzumaki Naruto stretches his muscles. When he opened Rinnegan back then, he felt a terrifying chakra filling his body. This time the Juguyu reincarnation Sharingan will be opened. The terrible chakra made him even shudder. Also, Uzumaki Naruto knows that the evolution of pupil power will give birth to new power. But now, it is not the time for research. He looked at Otsutsuki Kaguya indifferently. I wanted Black Zetsu to die more clearly. But after all, he is the third son of your Otsutsuki Kaguya. I once heard from the Sage of Six Paths that you were worried about the invasion of other Otsutsuki. As the ruler of this continent, I can't let those guys go. So I released you because I want to discuss cooperation with you. Secondly, I want to verify my idea. Uzumaki Naruto's words really made Otsutsuki Kaguya look serious. The other party is also a person who has the 9 Guyu reincarnation Sharingan. Otsutsuki Kaguya dare not act rashly. Even just now, Otsutsuki Kaguya even felt that part of his own power was lost. It seems to have seen through the surprise in Otsutsuki Kaguya's heart. Uzumaki Naruto explained unhurriedly. If you feel that your strength is not as strong as when you first unblocked, it is also reasonable. The secret technique to summon you is to use my body as a carrier. After you break the seal, my body that became your carrier will also stay in your body. It's just that, under my secret technique, after the new me is born, the body that was originally abandoned will turn into nothingness. It's normal to take away some of your strength. Otsutsuki Kaguya frowned even more after hearing this. As the ancestor of chakra, she has never heard of such an interesting secret technique. Abandoning the body to create a new body. What kind of secret technique is this? It's really strange. You said you learned everything about me from Yuya? Kaguya asked suspiciously. At least I know that the outside world has the Otsutsuki family watching. And you seem to be very worried about this problem. Uzumaki Naruto finds a place to sit quietly without hesitation. Sitting behind him, he plans to have a showdown with Otsutsuki Kaguya. As I just said to Black Zetsu, your unblocking was only at my behest. I seem to know how I became 10 Tails Jinchuriki during the process of your unblocking, and after you unblock, my state changes. The current situation clearly shows that my guess is correct. You have successfully unblocked, and you have a complete body tree in your body that is the key to unblocking. After performing the secret technique, I also retain the complete divine tree in my body. This means that the sacred tree on this continent has changed from 1 to 2. 10 tails also became 2. Nani? The words of Uzumaki Black Ming almost shocked the audience of Bai Ming World. No one can guess what Uzumaki's purpose in releasing Otsutsuki Kaguya was. Originally, they thought that Haiming had taken a fancy to Kaguya's blood. Otsutsuki Kaguya is actually such an easily subdued woman. But no one thought that the purpose of Uzumaki Black Ming's release of Otsutsuki Kaguya was to intensify the number of sacred trees. From 1 sacred tree to 2 sacred trees. The sacred tree is the 10 tails, which can be decomposed into 9-tailed beasts. Uchiha Madara. I get it. Uzumaki's mind is so scary. Is he trying to be 10 tails Jinchuriki, but is 10 tails Jinchuriki twice the size of 10 tails chakra? Senju Tobarama. What you mean is that Haimaru wants to extract the 10 tails from Kaguya's body while maintaining his own 10 tails chakra, and then turn the 10 tails in his body into a sacred tree to absorb the chakra of another 10 tails, so that the chakra of his own sacred tree can be doubled. Jiraiya. It's no wonder that the future Kuromaki's daughter is so strong, Uzumaki Kuronariki, who becomes the twin 10 tails Jinchuriki. The body transformation will naturally become quite scary. Otsutsuki Kaguya. Although it is not as good as directly devouring the complete chakra fruit, this behavior is already considered a terrifying evolutionary method, and it is quite long and difficult to obtain the complete chakra fruit. This guy, Hyaming, really has an idea. You bastard, it turned out that you had such an idea. I was tricked by a brat like you. Black Zetsu wants to cry but has no tears. What kind of secret technique did you use to resurrect yourself after death? This. No. This is not like a simple resurrection for you. I remembered, even if Rinnegan can use the Rinne Tensai technique to revive people, he still has to consume his own vitality. You kept resurrecting the ninjas of Konoha village in the 4th Ninja World War. It is impossible to live at all. What kind of secret technique is it? I was born in the ninja world for 1,000 years, and I have never been exposed to this kind of secret technique. Uzumaki Naruto curled his lips in disdain. If you haven't touched it, does it mean it doesn't exist? It's so conceited, like, stop gossip, let's get down to business. Let me now explain my position and the content of cooperation with you. Uzumaki Naruto turned his attention to Otsutsuki Kaguya. For Otsutsuki from the outside world, it is impossible for me to show mercy. By the way, the strength of the two of us is about the same now, you don't know my secret technique. But I have the 6 paths planetary devastation that can seal you back. Kaguya, if you want to stay on this continent, I advise you to be more sensible and cooperate with me. I want to seal you again. The 10 tails in your body will be separated into 9-tailed beasts. I use the 10 tails in my body to turn into a sacred tree to absorb the chakra of the 9-tailed beasts. Black Zetsu can use the secret technique of summoning you to summon you again. When you come to the ninja world again, you will have twice as much chakra as 10 tails in your body, and the chakra in my body. 10 tails chakra is also twice the size of 10 tails. With this repetition, our strength will continue to improve. When the time comes, super garbage like Otsutsuki or Ashiki comes to the ninja world, and we want to deal with him just by waving our hands. You can think about it, it doesn't matter if you don't agree, we will fight directly to fight for the dominance of this continent. It turned out that this was what Uzumaki really wanted. Use an infinite loop that travels back in time to power up 10 tails. 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, 16 times, 32. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. This kind of behavior is no longer something that humans can do. God. Does Uzumaki really want to become a god? The audience in Beiming World was completely stunned. Once they just narrated the matter of Uzumaki Koronarami with a sarcastic touch. The only known true god is Otsutsuki Shibai, who used the sacred tree to absorb the power of countless planets and swallowed countless chakra fruits before abandoning his body and becoming a god, smashing the dimension. And go. However, the current behavior of Uzumaki Hyaming is also using his own method to strengthen the upper limit and emperor capacity of his own chakra without destroying the ninja continent. This kind of thing is simply too unbelievable. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Can this kind of thing really be done? Even this old man is incredible. Otsutsuki Kaguya. It's really unbelievable, as long as I promise Uzumaki, as he said, the amount of chakra in the two of us will double in units of 10 tails chakra. Uchiha Madara. Wait a minute. That's just 10 tails chakra keeps doubling and growing. 10 tails ability is getting stronger and stronger. How could Uzumaki Black Ming be able to suppress it successfully? 10 tails becoming 10 tails Jinchuriki. Senju Tobarama. Madara. You seem to have been surprised to the point of disarray. Kuro Naruto just released the sacred tree. Chakra with the 9-tailed beasts in his body did not digress, he used the sacred tree to absorb other. After the chakra of the 9-tailed beasts absorb the divine tree, the 9-tailed beast's chakra in the divine tree will reintegrate with the tailed beast chakra in his body according to the nature of different tailed beasts from 1 tail to 9 tails. Together, this achieves double the effect. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Actually, in simple terms, during the whole process, Uzumaki Black Ming does not need to release the form of 10 tails Jinchuriki, only in the case of 10 tails or multiple 10 tails chakra. Next, Just integrate the same amount of chakra brought by the sacred tree from the outside to the inside, and it will not affect him at all. Uchiha Madara. Understood. It means that when Kuro Ming absorbed the excess chakra, his own state and strength still reached the state equal to this power. Senju Hashirama. You are wrong about Madara. It should be that Black Naruto's physical condition and strength are stronger than the new power. The new power is chakra of the tailed beast, but Black Naruto's body. Just the same amount of tailed beast chakra, not adding to his own ever-increasing strength. The audience in Beiming World was immediately paralyzed. No wonder Uzumaki Ailu was able to kill Otsutsuki Urashiki in one blow. It can be seen from the changes after Uchiha Obito became 10 Tails Jinchuriki. Even if the tailed beast is out of the body, the chakra fused in and out of the body can make Uchiha Obito different from ordinary ninjas. What's more, Uzumaki kept doubling the chakra of 10 Tails, even if he separated 10 tails from his body and turned 10 tails into the former 9-tailed beasts. The 10 tails chakra he absorbed in this process cannot be measured by ordinary people's thinking at all. Among the 9-tailed beasts, chakra of 9 tails is the scariest, doubled according to the same multiple. The gap between 9 tails and other star beasts will only become wider and wider. Who are 9 tails? That is the fox in Uzumaki Koronaru's one person, one fox. This person and one fox did a lot of bad things back then. Thinking of 9 tails, the audience in Beiming World couldn't help but shudder. With the relationship between Uzumaki Black Ming and 9 tails, it is absolutely impossible for him to maintain the form of 10 tails Jinchuriki all the time. Dismantling 10 tails and freeing 9 tails is a sure thing. Uchiha Madara. Since Black Naruto will not always maintain the form of 10 tails Jinchuriki, it is absolutely impossible for him to allow Otsutsuki Kaguya to exist alive and kicking in the ninja world. Black Zetsu. What do you mean? Why do I feel like you guys are discussing bad things? Shimura Danzo. Huh. I don't understand this. Hey Ming just uses Otsutsuki Kaguya to complete his own chakra increase. When it is about the same time, he will naturally stop and take and disassemble 10 tails, until the moment he doesn't want to continue to increase. It is impossible for you to take out his heart and release Kaguya to work. Uzumaki Naruto's proposal caught Otsutsuki Kaguya by surprise. She never imagined that the chakra of 10 tails would have the possibility of unlimited growth. My lord, don't listen to his nonsense. Uzumaki Naruto is cunning and tight, things will never be as good as he said. Black Zetsu anxiously dissuades. Otsutsuki Kaguya's concern is only the Otsutsuki clan of foreign attacks. If Uzumaki Naruto's method is followed, Chiyo's power can indeed be continuously expanded, thereby strengthening the power of Otsutsuki Kaguya. However, for Uzumaki Naruto who has become 10 tails Jinchuriki, the same will gain terrible power. Otsutsuki Kaguya ignored Black Zetsu's words. She doesn't know the current situation. It's just that she doesn't know what kind of secret technique Uzumaki Naruto used to be able to be safe and sound after becoming the carrier she broke out of, even retaining the highest specification strength status. However, she is Otsutsuki Kaguya, the ancestor of chakra in this continent. Chakra flows into the hands of others, and reaches the same height as her. Otsutsuki Kaguya's self-esteem is slightly overwhelmed. Buzz. Suddenly, the 9-Gyuyu reincarnation Sharingan on Kaguya's forehead suddenly exerts force. The next moment, the people on the root of the sacred tree glowed with blue light. All the chakra spread to the battlefield through the vines, and at the same time as the ground split open, the chakra poured into Otsutsuki Kaguya's body like a fountain. I am Otsutsuki Kaguya, the ancestor of the chakra of this continent. How can my nursery be allowed to be touched by others? Although I don't know exactly what kind of secret technique you used to save you from death, I don't really want to accept your proposal. Feeling the surging chakra, Uzumaki Naruto's expression dimmed. Look at this, because Otsutsuki Kaguya rejected his proposal. However, if she keeps absorbing chakra in this way, people in the ninja world will all be finished sooner or later. Women are really troublesome. How constructive my suggestions are, it's unreasonable. Uzumaki Naruto complained. The 9-Gyuyu reincarnation Sharingan on the forehead simultaneously activates the pupil technique. Then, the chakra that was like a spring disappeared instantly. What? By the way, you have now also activated the 9 Gyuyu Reincarnation Sharingan. You can also control the sacred tree. Otsutsuki Kaguya just finished speaking. Uzumaki Naruto has come to her. Since you don't agree with my proposal, let's fight for the ownership of this continent. I'll call until you agree. Uchiha Madara. Hey. Koronaru is still too innocent. He doesn't really think that just a few words of his can make Kaguya act according to his will. Senju Hashirama. That's Otsutsuki Kaguya. Self-esteem must be beyond anyone's existence. Senju Tobarama. The current situation is quite interesting. Otsutsuki Kaguya can't compromise with Koronaru, but Uzumaki Koronaru has to use Kaguya to achieve 10 Tails chakra boost. Jiraiya. Hey. Anyway, I know the ending. Kaguya definitely can't win against that kid Kuromaki, but Otsutsuki Kaguya doesn't seem to be convinced until decades later by Uzumaki Kuromaki. Namikaze Minato. Ahaha. It seems to be the case. Why does it feel that the child and Otsutsuki Kaguya are very tempered, and they are arguing so much about whether chakra is the ancestor or the blood is the ancestor? Otsutsuki Kaguya. Father of Uzumaki Naruto, what you said is nonsense. You ninjas are called ninjas because you learn to use chakra. As the ancestor of chakra, I am naturally the ancestor of your ninjas. Orochimaru. That sounds very far-fetched. Uzumaki Kushina. Anyway, I know that Black Zetsu's secret technique of summoning Kaguya can't do harm to the child, so I'm relieved. I think Kaguya will lose soon. Black Zetsu. Uzumaki Kushina, what are you proud of? You are not Black Naruto's mother. Uzumaki Kushina. Huh. I'm the mother of Black and White Schwangming, do you have any comments? Black Zetsu. Damn, you are too arrogant. Facing Uzumaki Naruto who came like a storm. Wei Yoruichi is stunned. But she never thought that the other party had already stuck in front of her in the blink of an eye. Without thinking too much, Otsutsuki Kaguya casts the pupil technique of reincarnation Sharingan again. Then, Uzumaki Naruto felt chills around his body. However, because Otsutsuki Kaguya has a long and beautiful face, he is a little bit different from himself. The two eyes met, and the space behind Otsutsuki Kaguya shattered. She moved her frozen body with difficulty, and slowly flew into the dark space. Uzumaki Naruto stares because of seeing this. This should be Juguyu Reincarnation Sharingan's pupil technique. At the moment just now, Naruto indeed sensed the power from Kaguya's reincarnation Sharingan. It's just that Uzumaki Naruto has not yet calmed down to study the power of this independent third eye. But from Otsutsuki Kaguya suddenly brought herself into this icy world, and the space behind her cracked open. It is enough to show that this eye has a very powerful and terrifying time and space ninjutsu. It can actually bring people into a different space in an instant at will. Juguyu Reincarnation Sharingan is terrifying. Can't sense the existence of Otsutsuki Kaguya? Uzumaki Naruto's Rinnegan blinked a few times. Frantic complaints in my heart. Good guy. This ninjutsu is really convenient. It pulls people into a different space of ice and snow and freezes them directly, and then she runs away by herself. Uzumaki Naruto lamented the horror of Otsutsuki Kaguya's pupil technique. The world of ice and snow in a different space is boundless at a glance. Having such a terrifying ability, if facing tens of thousands of ninja coalition forces, the staring kung fu can trap all of them in this unprecedented situation. There is no need to do anything at all. Even if they are sleepy, they will be trapped to death. After a while, the space outside the ice layer fluctuated again. Otsutsuki Kaguya pokes half of his body through Wangchen Hirazaka. Seeing that the frozen Uzumaki Naruto did not move, she slowly approached and said, "It seems that you have just obtained the power of the 9 Gyuyu Reincarnation Sharingan. Can't fully adapt to this force, can't even get out of this ice trap?" This is not true. At this time, Uzumaki Naruto can freely mobilize the chakra of 10 tails in his body to fight. However, he has not yet figured out the use of the pupil technique of Juguyu Reincarnation Sharingan. If that's the case, you won't be able to defeat me. Kaguya's voice fell to the ground, and 2 long black belts protruded from his sleeves. A closer look reveals that Black Zetsu's body turned into 2 pitch-black arms, piercing through the ice and touching Uzumaki Naruto. Snort. Although I don't know what kind of secret technique you have cast, but I am very grateful to you for giving me a chance to absorb more chakra. I don't need to cooperate with you, as long as I absorb the 10 tails chakra in your body and take out the huge chakra in your body. When the two 10 tails chakra are combined into one, I have a certain degree of certainty to solve the attack of Otsutsuki Momoshiki and others. Also, you are very interesting, you know the existence of Pushi. Otsutsuki Kaguya seems to be saying goodbye to Uzumaki Naruto. Although she is curious about where the other party got the news about Otsutsuki Arashiki. But it doesn't matter anymore, just absorb the 10 tails in Uzumaki Naruto and his huge chakra. Otsutsuki Kaguya's ability will be improved even more. Hehe. Otsutsuki Kaguya is confident that he can hit 3 with 1. Hum hum. Black Zetsu continues to let out his signature, Jia Jia Jia, laugh. Naruto, I have to say that you, who pushed us to this point by yourself, are already comparable to gods. However, in front of the real gods, you are still a bit weaker. If you want to blame it, blame your own low starting point. You are just an ordinary mortal, and there is an essential gap between you and the real Otsutsuki. Black Zetsu slowly penetrates the ice and approaches Naruto. However, just when he was about to touch Naruto, the corner of Uzumaki Naruto's mouth moved slightly. The smile on display was startled. Black Zetsu broke out in a cold sweat. Flying back into Kaguya's sleeve. Wei Yoruichi was stunned. Black Zetsu immediately added, Master, get out of here quickly, Uzumaki Naruto has a ghost. Black Zetsu is a ninja intelligence expert. In the process of investigating intelligence, there was a rumor about Uzumaki Naruto from the outside world. Naruto smiled. Life and death are unpredictable. The so-called smile is the shallow smile that the corners of the mouth evoke during the battle. Otsutsuki Kaguya was about to ask, when a crack suddenly appeared in the thick ice layer freezing Naruto. It's too late to think about anything. Kaguya subconsciously floated a dozen meters backward. Boom. The next second, the thick layer of ice exploded and turned into white broken ice gardens that fell from the sky. Looks at Uzumaki Naruto again. Otsutsuki Kaguya only realized that the silver chakra arrogance was steaming from Naruto at this time. Uzumaki Naruto, who was floating in the air, swept across him indifferently. The eyes are sharp and playful. Are you a god? Otsutsuki Kaguya. However, you Otsutsuki clan all have the problem of claiming to be gods. It's just right. Let me have a taste of what the power of the gods that Black Zetsu said. This is the eyes of the audience in Beiming World trembled slightly. On the screen, the silver-white arrogance on Uzumaki's body resembled his appearance in 9 Tails mode. Could this be what Uzumaki Koronaru looks like in 10 Tails mode? Uchiha Madara. No. Becoming 10 Tails Jinchuriki means stepping into the 6 paths level. Uchiha Daiju and I have never burned this kind of silver arrogance. Uchiha Obito. 10 Tails Jinchuriki is different from 9 Tails Jinchuriki, it is simply close to the Otsutsuki clan. It is impossible to have this kind of chakra arrogance. Might Guy. That's the 8 inner gates that Uzumaki Hyeming opened under 10 Tails Jinchuriki. I remember that after he opened 8 inner gates in 9 Tails mode, the arrogance on his body would become quite strong. Might die. No, 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 the silver arrogance is not the arrogance of the black Naruto beast, it's just the combination of chakra of 10 tails and 8 inner gates. Raw chakra arrogance. Hitaki Kakashi. This is the first gate of 8 gate. Judging from the arrogance, this feeling is similar to the arrogance of the battle against Shirin. It should be a shocking gate. Otsutsuki Kaguya's eyes froze. Xiaozui couldn't help but strained. Judging from the expression, Kaguya is a little bit angry at this time. Unforgivable. A mere mortal, not only obtained the power of Yuya, but also used secret techniques to steal the mirage that originally belonged to me. However, why can his aura overwhelm me? I am the ancestor of chakra on this continent, all chakra should belong to me. Boom. Otsutsuki Kaguya's unhappiness has reached its peak. Putting his mouth out, he punches Uzumaki Naruto several times. 80 gods attack in the air. Shaking the sky with the power of immortality, a fist that integrates offense and defense, and mercilessly. Every punch is a sure blow. This is Otsutsuki Kaguya's scariest body art. Boom boom boom. Otsutsuki Kaguya throws a punch. Countless shadows of fists attack Uzumaki Naruto. Boom. At the same time, Uzumaki Naruto also countered. I saw him swinging his fists. Countless shadows of fists also appeared and collided with Yashigami empty strike. In an instant, the ground shakes and the mountains shake. The ground in the ice and snow space trembled with the constant collisions between Naruto and Kaguya. The snow-capped mountains in the distance erupted in a devastating avalanche. Damn it, why is this guy's physique so powerful? Kaguya secretly exclaimed in her heart. Black Zetsu saw the doorway, fixed his eyes on Uzumaki Naruto and said, "Mother, I feel that Uzumaki Naruto seems to have opened the 8 inner gates." 8 inner gates? What is that? It's a technique developed by their ninjas. Physical skills that can explode several times the power in an instant. Black Zetsu's eyes widened, fearing that if he was not careful, Kaguya would be severely injured. And the maximum extent that the 8 inner gates can be opened is the 8 inner gates formation, which is what they call the Gate of Death. At this time, Uzumaki Naruto's strength can suddenly increase dozens of times in a short period of time, but the end result is to consume all his vitality and return to the dust. Speaking of this, Black Zetsu's eyes lit up. My lord, I have a solution. I think that Uzumaki Naruto hasn't figured out the use of the pupil technique of Sharingan until now. And can't use 10 Tails chakra proficiently. As long as we can force him to display the dead gate of 8 inner gates, then we take the opportunity to enter other spaces for rest. When the time comes, he will die himself. How do you know he cast the dead gate in 8 inner gates? Kaguya was busy colliding with Uzumaki Naruto. After hearing Kaguya's busy questioning, Black Zetsu immediately said, "Mother, open your eyes and observe the flow of chakra in Naruto." Chakra began to gather towards the heart, which proves that he opened the gate of death in the 8 inner gates. As long as he opens the dead door in 8 gate, we will run. The fists of Yashigami Konkai and Uzumaki Naruto collided continuously, and the roar was deafening. Uzumaki Naruto naturally couldn't hear the communication between Black Zetsu and Otsutsuki Kaguya. However, everything they thought in their hearts was clearly transmitted to Uzumaki Naruto's mind. After hearing this, Uzumaki Naruto couldn't help admiring Black Zetsu, and even wanted to like him. This dark guy is probably thinking about how to break Kaguya's seal. Now in a state of cerebral hypoxia, the momentum of Uzumaki Naruto today is not weaker than Otsutsuki Kaguya at all. Chakra is not even below her. Forcing yourself to open 8 inner gates formation? Please, in such an evenly matched situation, if one side's combat power suddenly increases dozens of times, how should the other side respond? Besides, I have obviously been resurrected once in front of them. Has Black Zetsu lost his mind? Black Zetsu. It's too much to deceive people. I don't know the specific situation of Himing in the other world, and I don't even know how to go back in time. Why does he say that my brain is full of bubbles? Uchiha Madara. Black Zetsu. Here, he was resurrected in front of you, you still want to. Black Zetsu. Madara. According to what you said, if I fight with my mother, I can just raise the white flag. Killer Bee. Good idea. It is impossible to surrender directly. No matter how bad the opponent is, it's Otsutsuki Kaguya. The audience of Beiming World understands Black Zetsu's thoughts and sympathizes with Black Zetsu's experience. Now that Otsutsuki Kaguya and Black Zetsu chose to fight Black Naruto, it must be to let the other party die without a place to bury him. However, it is a pity that no one can really understand the horror of Himing's time regression. At least with their methods, even if they know Himing's time regression, they still have no real good way to deal with it. Boom boom boom. Due to the strong collision between Uzumaki Naruto and Otsutsuki Kaguya, the entire ice and snow space has been in strong vibration. Uzumaki Naruto, who already knew about the communication between Black Zetsu and Kaguya, suddenly posted. Boom. After the powerful blow collided with Kaguya Yashigami's empty strike, the aftermath of the force caused the two of them to retreat again and again. This guy, Otsutsuki Kaguya, managed to stabilize his body, only to realize that Uzumaki Naruto, who was standing in the air, had already locked his eyes on him. Obviously, in the impact just now, Uzumaki Naruto had the upper hand. Recalling Black Zetsu's proposal just now, Otsutsuki Kaguya didn't think about Black Zetsu's logical thinking problem. She didn't get entangled with Uzumaki Naruto, but entered Wangchen Hirazaka again. Uzumaki Naruto. Silent. Is it okay for this woman to run away if she can't be beaten? Uzumaki Naruto twitched in embarrassment. The most important thing is that the current Uzumaki Naruto cannot accurately capture the whereabouts of Kaguya, who entered the Yellow Springs Hirazaka. Seeing that the other party disappeared without a trace, Uzumaki Naruto was a little annoyed. It was agreed to force me to use 8 inner gates formation, UFC King move. Run what? Naruto complained frantically in his heart. In addition, the tail beast chakra in his body is in a fusion state at this time, and Nine Tails has no self-consciousness to accompany him to complain. For a moment, Naruto fell into a deep silence. Just at the moment when Naruto was slack, a huge chakra suddenly surprised him. In an instant, a huge shadow enveloped it. Uzumaki Naruto raised his eyes and was surprised to find that countless huge ice hammers appeared in front of him at some point. This is... Uzumaki Naruto looked intently and found that the ice and snow space seemed to be alive at this time. The wind and snow turned into a sharp weapon, and they attacked him collectively. Uchiha Madara. This is another of Otsutsuki Kaguya's abilities to be at one with the nature of his own space. Uzumaki Naruto. Yes, I remember when I was fighting Kaguya, he was constantly forming layers of ice, and he was able to control the natural environment of the entire space. Uzumaki Kushina. In fact, looking at it this way, Kaguya's ability is more fancy than Momoji's. Otsutsuki Kaguya. What is fancy? Blending with nature and then controlling the surrounding environment. This ability looks at everyone. Who else can do it except me? Jiraiya. It's a pity that you can only use the natural integration in the different space you created. If you can use this trick in the ninja world, it will be terrifying. Uzumaki Naruto felt the air around him drop suddenly. The interweaving of frost, snow and flames makes a crackling sound. Uzumaki Naruto frowned slightly. If it is not in the state of 8 inner gates, the body can really be frozen by the sudden drop of ice. The ability of Otsutsuki Kaguya is really interesting. Feel that the entire ice and snow space is filled with Otsutsuki Kaguya's chakra. Uzumaki Naruto was shocked. Otsutsuki Kaguya was able to control the changes of the entire space environment with his own will. What a terrible thing this is. However, now is not the time to lament. Otsutsuki Kaguya's ability is interesting. As the shadow gradually sinks, Uzumaki Naruto found that the huge ice cones in front of him were poking towards him like mountains. You want to see how I cast 8 inner gates formation? Then open your eyes wide and take a good look at what power is. Since you have merged with this space, I think as long as you can break this space, the day cut will be over. Even if I can't get the continent of the ninja world, you don't even want to get your hands on it. Uzumaki Naruto pretended to let out a heroic shout. The arrogance on his body exploded suddenly. The white gaseous flame roared and steamed. Suddenly, a red light flashed. In the white gaseous flames, there is actually some red gaseous flames mixed in. Mother. Otsutsuki Kaguya in fusion and nature knows Black Zetsu's cry. She can observe Uzumaki Naruto through the white eyes. It was discovered that the chakra in the opponent's body was rushing towards the heart just as Black Zetsu said. His chakra surged towards the heart. Wei Yoruichi's words, Black Zetsu is overjoyed. HMPH. Uzumaki Naruto is suicidal. Mother, let's leave the ice and snow space for a while, go to other spaces, and let Uzumaki Naruto wait for death here alone. When the 8 inner gates formation is turned on, the loss of vitality will be terrible. It won't be long before he dies here. Otsutsuki Kaguya did not respond to Black Zetsu's words. She always feels that something is not right. Uzumaki Naruto in front of him is not the kind of person who takes his own life and death at will. What's more, the other party is a person who can survive after releasing himself. How could he die because of the death gate of 8 inner gates formation? Kaguya is really puzzled. Moreover, she thinks that Black Zetsu's wisdom should have declined after she broke the seal. Excited. Or, Otsutsuki Kaguya did not continue to think too much, and controlled the ice hammer like a mountain to slam Uzumaki Naruto hard. But at this moment, the red and white flames around Uzumaki Naruto suddenly stagnated. Then, all the arrogance was collected into Uzumaki Naruto's body. Boom. Next moment, a muffled loud noise rushed down from the height where Uzumaki Naruto was. A dazzling red light followed. Then, a red flame burst out from Uzumaki Naruto's body, and the circle was several times thicker than before. 80 God Sky Strike. Facing the incoming huge ice hammer, Uzumaki Naruto smiled slightly. At the same time as the punch is thrown out, the greater force makes the ice and snow space change color after all. In the blink of an eye, countless ice hammers as big as glaciers and mountain ranges were blasted to pieces by Yashigami Sora's fist wind. Impossible. Did he master the Yashigami empty strike so quickly? Otsutsuki Kaguya's expression froze slightly, looking at the glacier fragments in the sky like dots of starlight. What surprised her even more was that when Uzumaki Naruto swung the Yashikami Kagetsu, the terrifying power caused the entire space to tremble non-stop. Kaguya, who is integrated with the ice and snow space, can clearly feel the power contained in Uzumaki Naruto's punch just now. If I hadn't reached the realm of immortality, if this punch hit myself, I'm afraid I could really hit myself to the point of paralysis. That kid is terrible. A trace of fear arose in Kaguya's heart. Mother. Black Zetsu just wanted to say something, but was stopped by Kaguya on the spot. Black Zetsu, I can't stay in the ice and snow space. Just now I used natural integration to control the entire glacier land to launch an attack on Uzumaki Naruto, but it was easily broken by the 8 inner gates formation he opened. Too much chakra is consumed. Let's go to his space to hide for a while. Yashigami airstrike. Uzumaki Black Ming just fought against Otsutsuki Kaguya once. Has he already mastered this attack and defense combination of physical skills? Moreover, this punch crushed the ice hammer that had melted from the glacier land. How much power did this punch exert? Inuzuka. Is that weird? It's not that weird. I remember Yuna developing the Uzumaki Naruto combo immediately after watching Uchiha Sasuke's lion combo. Yamanaka Ino. Tooth. I also remembered what you said. It seems to be true. Regardless of the world, Naruto has a particularly strong ability to learn and imitate. Aburame Shino. However, the taijutsu performed by the other party is Ujugami Karakura. Uzumaki Naruto. Hey, Shino, what do you mean? I remember when I was against Otsutsuki Kaguya, she used Yashigami, and I can also play against her. Uzumaki Kushina. Yes, I remember very well that my son was fighting Kaguya in Molten World. Senju Tobarama. Well, Uzumaki Beiming, who possesses the power of 6 paths, has indeed reached a level comparable to that of Yasami Karaki. Black Zetsu. It's nonsense. Riming was beaten by his mother and kept rolling in the air in the lava space. Senju Hashirama. In this way, it's not a big deal to start the Black Ming of 8 inner gates formation. Uchiha Madara. Hashirama. I beg you to keep your eyes open to see what's really going on. He smashed a whole glacier mountain with one punch. You tell me there's nothing special about this punch? Senju Hashirama. Oh. Sorry, I subconsciously thought about our fight, but it wasn't settled with fists, ha. The picture on the screen has already stared the audience of Beiming World in awe. I can't express my inner feelings at this time. 10 Tails Jinchuriki activates 8 inner gates formation, combined with the power of Sage Body, bursts out dozens of times the Yashigami airstrike at the same time. With one punch, the ice hammer formed by the glacier mountain in Kaguya's ice and snow space was smashed into star fragments. What a terrible punch. Faced with this kind of opponent, some people may only be left with despair. Black Zetsu. I'm really convinced, just relying on Black Ming's punch, I expected that the peach pose would cause hemiplegia, and even converted it into chakra energy data on the spot to become a wedge. But Black Ming still wanted to rely on time regression to strengthen the power of 10 tails, and accumulate his own chakra by the way, what he wants to do. Hidan. He wants to become a true god. Conan. Please, your evaluation of Uzumaki Black Ming like this is like Kakuzu found out that there is a gold mountain in front of him that can be taken away, but he said that only 10 million tails is enough. Deidara. Uzumaki Black Naruto. This guy's thirst for power never ends, it's like my chasing art mood, Red Sand Scorpion. Alright Deidara, don't fart here and put gold on your face. What are you? You have the courage to compare yourself with Hyming. Hoshigaki Kisame. 8 inner gates formation is combined with time regression. This is cheating, and his sage body can also exert the power of ninjutsu several times to the effect of others. In addition, the 8 inner gates formation will explode the power dozens of times, and this terrifying power is doubled and superimposed. I really dare not imagine what will happen if I get a punch. Starting ball space. One piece of red line. Space fluctuates slightly. Wangchen Hirasaka suddenly appears on this lifeless red line. After a while, a beautiful figure floated out from Wangchen Bilyangban. Plop. Otsutsuki Kaguya falls to the ground lightly. Hoo-hoo. She is panting rapidly. The inner shock could not be calmed down for a long time. Mother, are you okay? Black Zetsu asked with concern. After a long time, Kaguya calmed down his panic and said lightly, then Uzumaki Naruto has such terrifying strength. It's really beyond my imagination. Black Zetsu heard the words, his round eyes showed wisdom. My lord, we don't need to worry about him. Open 8 inner gates formation, the only thing to meet Uzumaki Naruto is death. Are you sure? Kaguya asked lightly. As the carrier for me to come to the ninja world, he should already be dead according to the logic. However, he has nothing to do. Black Zetsu smiled. My lord, you may not know that ninjas have invented a lot of weird ninjutsu. I remember him saying that part of the power missing in your body is because his body as a carrier has disappeared. This situation is somewhat similar to the feeling of more shadow clone techniques developed by ninjas. Although I don't understand why the shadow clone technique can undertake the task of being a carrier, it is expected that Uzumaki Naruto has improved the shadow clone technique. The function has reached the same level as the main body. After Black Zetsu finished speaking, he lowered his voice for a moment. Otherwise, he couldn't explain why Uzumaki Naruto was guaranteed to survive while being a carrier. The only explanation is that the Naruto that fell from the sky after casting Infinite Tsukuyomi is not the real Uzumaki Naruto. Kaguya nodded after hearing the words. But judging from her nervous expression, she is not very satisfied with what Black Zetsu said. I always feel that something is wrong, but I can't tell what is wrong. Uchiha Madara. I'm laughing to death, this must be wrong. Black Zetsu is probably afraid that Kaguya will blame himself, and now he has started to fool Kaguya. Senju Hashirama. Madara. What do you say? Senju Tobirama. Idiot brother. Black Zetsu said that the Black Zetsu is the carrier as an improved and enhanced version of Shadow Clone, so fighting Kaguya and opening the 8 inner gates formation Black Zetsu, wouldn't it be? Could it be a Shadow Clone? Even if the black name that Kakashi opened the 8 inner gates formation is dead, it will not affect the body of Uzumaki Black name. Uchiha Obito. Black Zetsu, you are really fooling Kaguya who doesn't know ninjutsu. Black Zetsu. F***ku Obito. How could I fool my mother, but this is the only level one can think of. Uzumaki Kushina. I think there is nothing wrong with Black Zetsu. After all, the right to choose has always been in the hands of Otsutsuki Kaguya. She took the initiative to choose to become a hostile relationship with that child. What to do? Black can only develop his own small head to help Kaguya put out fighting countermeasures. Black Zetsu. Ah, Kushina, are you complimenting me or hurting me? Jiraiya. Okay, stop arguing. Black Naruto seems to have discovered Otsutsuki Kaguya and Black Zetsu. Jiraiya's words shocked everyone in the discussion group. It feels like Black Zetsu is playing cat and mouse with Otsutsuki Kaguya and Kuro Naruto. Black Naruto is a cat, Kaguya and Black Zetsu are mice. Otsutsuki Kaguya just wanted to manipulate the sacred tree to absorb chakra from the ninja world. However, before she started to act, she felt strange fluctuations coming from the first ball space. How is this going? This chilling feeling is. Kaguya turns pale with shock. Suddenly, a black hole opened in the space not far away. Yellow Spring Hirazaka. Kaguya's shocked face froze slightly. Soon, Naruto's face is the first to poke out of the black hole. Yo. I found it. Uzumaki Naruto walks out of the Yellow Springs Hirazaka. He was covered in red steam, and the moment his feet landed on the red continent, he left 2 footprints on the red continent. Kaguya saw this, his expression was so serious that his skin wrinkled. The geology of the first ball space is considered hard. I didn't expect Uzumaki Naruto's power to be so terrifying. Can actually leave his own footprints on the ground in the first ball space. Impossible. Black Zetsu poking his head out was horrified, his eyes widened, full of fear. It's been a long time, you should have died from the side effect of 8 inner gates formation. Black Zetsu looked Uzumaki Naruto up and down in a panic. The alive and kicking Naruto all reminded Black Zetsu that not only did he not die from 8 inner gates formation, he didn't even suffer from musculoskeletal damage. Could it be that you are Shadow Clone again? Black Zetsu said in a panic. As soon as this remark came out, Uzumaki Naruto was taken aback for a moment. Ah. What Shadow Clone? Nowadays, the work of unifying the ninja world is going on smoothly, and there are very few things that can worry me. I haven't arranged for Shadow Clone to work for a long time. Black Zetsu, did you misunderstand something? Uzumaki Naruto laughs. What? Impossible, then why are you still alive? Uzumaki Naruto looks up at the sky. Smiling after thinking for a few seconds. I'm also wondering why you would ask such a question. Since you all know that I cast Rinne Tensei to be immortal, and I was summoned by you as a carrier to make Otsutsuki Kaguya immortal. So why do you think that I will die after casting 8 inner gates formation? Obviously, this is your problem, not mine. Uzumaki Naruto's speech immediately made Black Zetsu speechless. The facts are right in front of you, it's not his turn not to believe it. What to do? In an instant, Black Zetsu fell into a panic. If Uzumaki Naruto can always maintain the state of 8 inner gates formation, Otsutsuki Kaguya will have no chance of winning. Moreover, after a period of time, Uzumaki Naruto in front of him seems to have begun to be familiar with the pupil technique of Juguyu Reincarnation Sharingan. Unexpectedly, Wangchen Hirasaka found the first ball space from the ice and snow space. If things go on like this, their failure will happen sooner or later. Call. Of course, just when Black Zetsu fell into despair. A violent gust of wind even blows Black Zetsu in a trance. After a closer look, I realized that it was actually the power of Uzumaki Naruto's slap. Rinnegan can absorb chakra. To deal with the Otsutsuki clan, ninjutsu can hardly be said to have any effect. That's why I have always been extremely strict with my physical skills. And the gathering of chakra can make one's own body art burst into a more powerful force. I don't dare to say anything else, but with Kaguya's current situation, it is impossible to defeat me. Uzumaki Naruto strolls towards Otsutsuki Kaguya. While walking, he smiled and said, but I didn't expect Gyugoyu's reincarnation Sharingan's ability to be so wonderful. Under the influence of Huangquan Hirasaka, I can freely enter and exit her space just like Otsutsuki Kaguya. Also, I found a perfect training ground that I have been longing for a long time. Gravity space. Uzumaki Naruto stopped after 10 meters away from Kaguya. But unfortunately, these spaces seem to be shared by me and Otsutsuki Kaguya. So I advise you to be more sensible and accept my proposal. Otherwise, I will reseal Otsutsuki Kaguya, even if I only absorb the 10 tails chakra in her body, it can also double the 10 tails chakra in my body. Although the amount of chakra is far from my target requirement, I think it is more than enough to deal with the incoming Otsutsuki clan. Don't even think about it, Kaguya roared. As the ancestor of chakra, he was forced into such a mess by a ninja. This kind of ending is not what she wants. After speaking, Kaguya spread his palms out. 2 killed Ash's bones appeared on the palm. Uzumaki Naruto saw this, but his pupils closed sharply. During his groping just now, he did not find that the 9 Gyuyu reincarnation Sharingan possesses such a technique. Presumably, this has something to do with the blood of Otsutsuki Kaguya itself. As for Naruto, who became 10 tails Jinchuriki and opened the 9 Gyuyu reincarnation Sharingan, he does not have this kind of blood, so he cannot inspire this kind of power. Seeing that the Ash Valley in Kaguya's palm has left, the third eye on Uzumaki Naruto's forehead suddenly trembled. In an instant, the space suddenly changed. Otsutsuki Kaguya was stunned, and felt as if his body had suffered a huge force sickness. Low on the ground abruptly, and Gongshawigu in her palm, without exception, could not fly out due to the change of gravity. As soon as he let go, he stuck it on the ground. Damn it, this guy actually brought me to the gravity space. Kaguya cursed in her heart, and stood up with difficulty. However, Kaguya's eyes trembled violently at the terrifying scene. Uzumaki Naruto on the opposite side, seems to be unaffected by the gravitational space, walking towards him with big strides. Impossible, Kaguya was shocked. But the reason was soon discovered. It was also because of the horror of the 8 inner gates formation that Uzumaki Naruto himself resisted the gravitational influence of the gravitational space. It's just that Otsutsuki Kaguya doesn't know that Uzumaki Naruto is also not feeling well at this time. Due to the change of gravity, the 8 inner gates formation he casts needs to explode with greater power to provide his action power. However, if this continues, it will only exacerbate the side effects that 8 inner gates formation itself gave Uzumaki Naruto. If she still doesn't agree, I can only seal it. Uzumaki Naruto doesn't want others to know the secret of his time regression. Also, Otsutsuki Kaguya's self-esteem is not so easily broken. If it doesn't work, leave Black Zetsu and seal Kaguya. As long as Black Zetsu can use the secret technique of summoning Kaguya, Uzumaki Naruto believes that his idea can also be realized. Unfortunately, Kaguya didn't know about it. She and Black Zetsu, both of them looked at Naruto, the vortex, in horror at the same time. The shock in my heart is beyond words, my lord. Let's find a way to convert the space. In the middle of gravity, we have no chance of winning if we can't move freely. However, Otsutsuki Kaguya said anxiously, just now in the first ball space, I was taken to the gravity space by Uzumaki Naruto before I could absorb the chakra coming from the sacred tree. With my current chakra, it is difficult to support the transformation of space. What? This news caused Black Zetsu to collapse even more. Thousands of years the plan finally succeeded, but I didn't expect it to be just a flash in the pan. Is there no other way? Mother. At this moment, even Black Zetsu, who is good at commanding, fell into panic. However, at such a desperate moment, Otsutsuki Kaguya showed a meaningful smile. Through consciousness, she passed on the next step to Black Zetsu. Black Zetsu, although Uzumaki Naruto in front of me has chakra of Hagoromo. However, his bloodline is not the bloodline of the Otsutsuki clan. For 10 tails, at best, he will become 10 tails Jinchuriki, and will absorb part of 10 tails chakra to stay in his body. But at the end of the day, it's 10 tails who has a lot of chakra, not him. Mother, what do you mean? Black Zetsu was confused. Of course he knows that the reason why Uzumaki Naruto in front of him is so powerful is because he is the Jinchuriki of 10 tails. 10 tails chakra is currently in his body. But I'm different, the 10 tails in my body, I have a way to make it blend with me, completely become my own power king. Otsutsuki Kaguya's words silenced the entire Hakanai world audience. Such convoluted rhetoric can easily sound confusing. Uzumaki Black Naruto and Otsutsuki Kaguya both have 10 tails chakra in their bodies. Is there any difference between them before? Uchiha Madara. It sounds like Koronaru's 10 tails chakra doesn't belong to him, but Kaguya's does. Senju Hashirama. What's the difference between the two? I don't think there's any difference. Jiraiya. I really don't understand what Kaguya means. Senju Tobarama. I feel like what she said doesn't make any sense at all. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. It's not meaningless. When I fought with my mother, the sacred tree became one with 10 tails to protect my mother. In essence, my mother is actually the body of 10 tails. Maybe what she said can be to completely transform 10 tails into her own chakra is to completely integrate the entire 10 tails into her body. If she is not sealed, she will never be able to separate from 10 tails. Senju Tobarama. Sage, that's why I say it doesn't make sense, because Otsutsuki Kaguya can seal Kaguya, but Otsutsuki Kaguya can't extract the 10 tails from Koronaru's body. If Kaguya can extract the 10 tails from Koronaru's body, then Hymen's combat power will be greatly weakened. Namikaze Minato. That's right, Immortal, Master Second Hokage is right. Since the child is Jinchuriki of 10 tails, he can freely use the power of 10 tails. Black Zetsu. I'm totally confused. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Hey. I don't know what my mother wants to express, but she must have accepted the conditions proposed by Uzumaki when she said this. Otsutsuki Kaguya. Actually, Kuromaki's suggestion is very good for me, but I am Otsutsuki Kaguya. How can I follow his advice casually, so that it seems that I am nothing? Otsutsuki Hagoromo. So mother, what exactly is the difference between you and Koronaru? Otsutsuki Kaguya. 10 tails chakra enhancement is for Black Naruto, although Black Naruto can absorb part of the chakra to become his own chakra when he becomes 10 tails Jinchuriki like Uchiha Obito, but in essence, it will become stronger exponentially. 10 tails is not Uzumaki, but I am different. For me who can fully integrate with 10 tails, the exponential growth of 10 tails chakra indicates the exponential growth of my own chakra. The difference between the two, the difference is still huge. Senju Tobarama. However, your own chakra he multiplied, as long as you can't extract the 10 tails from Haiming's body, you have nothing to do with Haiming who can seal you. Otsutsuki Kaguya. Huh. I think you have forgotten the reason why the Otsutsuki clan came here, and the purpose of the Otsutsuki Momoshi so eager to replant the sacred tree. As soon as Kaguya said this, the audience in Beiming World seemed to recall some key information. It is information unique to the Otsutsuki clan. Uchiha Madara. You mean? No way, it turns out that you in the Black Naruto world had this idea, but it is indeed a good idea. Senju Hashirama. As expected of Madara, it seems that you already know the inside story. What are you talking about? Senju Tobarama. Brother, no one will treat you as dumb if you don't speak, hey. Namikaze Minato. I see, it seems that Otsutsuki Kaguya in the world over there wants to double his own chakra by doubling 10 tails chakra to obtain Otsutsuki. The evolution of a family. Uchiha Obito. Nani. That's it. Did you want to go in the direction of evolution overnight? Black Zetsu. Ha ha ha. As expected of my mother, if my mother can evolve, Uzumaki Black Ming will naturally not be at the same level as you, even if he uses 8 inner gates. Even if you don't have any skills, you can't defeat you who are at a higher level than yourself. Hiss. Kaguya's plan suddenly made the audience in Beiming World gasp. If Otsutsuki Kaguya can really evolve, then Uzumaki is definitely not the opponent. Master. What do you mean? Black Zetsu doesn't understand. Still trying to communicate with Otsutsuki Kaguya spiritually. Evolution. As long as I can integrate the 10 tails that chakra doubles up, my own chakra will also get doubled in cost. If this continues, I will eventually be able to evolve towards a higher level. Just like the legendary Otsutsuki Shibai, after absorbing the chakra energy of countless planets, he finally got metamorphosis. I think with my current situation, Uzumaki Naruto seals me and I will get twice the 10 tails chakra once. Unblock me again, I also have double chakra. The second time is 4 times, the third time is 8 times, the fourth time. I believe that as long as I integrate 16 times 10 tails chakra, I should change. Mother. What if it doesn't work? Black Zetsu asked anxiously. Huh. Black Zetsu, what are you worried about? Uzumaki Naruto in front of desires power beyond anyone else. I didn't intend to go in the direction of evolution, but he deceived people too much. Since he wants to gain great power so much, then I will accompany him. According to his ambition and desire for power, it is impossible to give up this opportunity. He will definitely use me to the maximum to ensure that the 10 tails chakra will be infinitely doubled. Humans are really stupid. He doesn't understand the difference between the Otsutsuki family and ordinary humans at all. Under his operation, whether it is 16 times or 32 times. It's even possible, it will be me. The only way left for him is death. And Kaguya smiled slightly. All the chakra in his body will eventually return to my body. However, thanks to him, his behavior can ensure that I don't need to use infinite Tsukuyomi to absorb the chakra of ninja humans. This continent will eventually become the nursery of my life, and it will also be a happy world. Sure enough, the Otsutsuki Kaguya plan of Black Naruto world is released. Bai Ming's world was in an uproar. Kaguya of Hei Ming world really wants to choose the path of evolution. Yamanaka Ino. It's a bad thing. If Kaguya really evolves, wouldn't he be the same as the legendary Otsutsuki Shibai? Haruno Sakura. I remember that all the ninjutsu of our ninjas comes from the divine jutsu of Otsutsuki Shibai. Inuzuka Tooth. If Kaguya really evolves, Koronaru is really no match. Milk of Aburame. Relax, Kaguya cannot evolve. Uzumaki Naruto. Why? Uchiha Sasuke. Hehe, idiot, don't you even know yourself? You should just look at the screen. Uzumaki Naruto. Sasuke. What's the matter? Black Ming froze for a moment. Uchiha Sasuke. Idiot, he didn't froze for a moment, he heard Kaguya's thoughts.